Captain's Log. Stardate January 20th, 2023. We have explored the far reaches of space and have discovered a planet known as Mobius to find a new weirdo on the internet to talk about. For some strange reason, everyone on this planet seems to have some form of autism spectrum disorder, and Pineapple has had a hard time socially integrating with the locals.
Why did you have to drag me on this trip, Delta? I was supposed to be playing Minecraft with my girlfriend today.
Because we must boldly go where no live shows have gone before. Anyways,
Yeah, welcome to 225 at night, everybody. Welcome Moving Wyanadick. Welcome Travis the Dragon. Welcome Jojo. Welcome Morgman. Welcome Red Flurry Neon. Welcome Bunky. We have a full show that I've planned.
yes.
On Dillin Thomas tonight, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Pineapple, for all intents and purposes, is the star of this show because he is much more qualified to talk about Dillin Thomas than I am.
And welcome Marks Fan 2008 as well. And yeah, I've compiled this whole thing. Anyways, before we start anything, you want to say chat, any questions, anything like that?
Questions, concerns, anything you will just kind of want to say.
Let's give it a second just so things, even any suggestions on people to cover in the future.
Yeah, if you know of any weirdos on the internet that you would like us to cover, please let us know. Dillin Sillin.
Yeah, Dylan. And yeah, Dylan. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Yeah, I think we should get into it since they're just asking who Dillin Thomas is. So let's get into it.
All right, let us get into it. Okay, so okay, is it displaying on the thing? Yeah, it is. Okay.
I'm seeing it. I don't know if Chad is seeing it. Yep, Chad is seeing it now.
Okay, so. Perfect. So this is Dillin Thomas. Why don't you fill the people in?
So Dillin Thomas, you see here, he's a channel that has 42,000 subscribers. Just scroll down. However, he doesn't have very many views. He only has like 2 videos that crack 1,000. That's Where Have I Been for 7 months, and then, well, actually 3, I guess. A re-review of Sonichu, and then just a re-upload of archive videos. The rest, none of them have broken 1,000 views, which is odd considering he has 40,000 views. However, subscribers.
That's fine.
But yeah, but taking a look at his social blade, it paints a fuller picture of why this is. So you can see here that he has lost 300 subscribers in the last 30 days, and if you scroll down further than that, and we look at his even further than that, you can see this wacky graph here. I think want to mouse over some of the major points of the top one. So yeah, that was back when he was at peak and just deleted some videos. But yeah, continuing, see multiple hundred thousands, then he loses 10 million views in the month of January. So that just goes to show he deleted a bunch of videos.
And then we see a spike in views, 16,000.
Yep. So
16 million, excuse me.
So he unprivated a bunch of videos, and Moving Wine Addict, you are right. He did break the news about Chris Chan.
Yes, he did.
We're going to get into that. And then he would later delete them again. And I think you should mouse over some of the points between the 2 big spikes. Because versus before the first big drop off. So he had consistently hundreds of thousands of views coming in each month. And then he goes off the deep end and only gets tens of thousands of views.
Yeah, so very interesting that someone, like, obviously someone who goes through that much view loss, then view gain, not like someone is definitely going to, that's definitely going to have an impact on your channel.
Well, yeah, aside from in the algorithm, it's going to have an impact, and it shows that there was some turmoil going on, but to fully get a picture of why this was so helpful, I think we should start at the beginning. So Dillin Thomas got his start as Ninja Gaming back in 2014. He mainly made Dragon Ball Z and Sonic videos, but all of these have been lost to time since no one caring about archiving them, and they were pretty bad. However, it's expected because he was like 16 or 17 when he was making these. So
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and hey, I can't even speak, and I'm 20. So
I like to say, I like to think that I'm well spoken, but in reality, nah, not really. I can only kind of talk on stream.
Yeah, no, we're not the best content creators, of course, but yeah, no. He would later rebrand to DHT, Sonic Theories and More, and then later to Dillin Thomas. And in his compilation video, this would be the earliest video that we still have.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and watch a bit of this video right here.
Definitely not all of it, because we're
not the whole thing, because that is
2 hours of Sonic Theories. But yeah,
we are not doing that. We'll watch a bit of it though, just to get an idea of how these were.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my first time watching this. I'm going in blind.
Yeah, I barely watched this as well.
Hello YouTube, it's Dylan again, and I'm doing
I'll turn the audio
Sonic
up.
Month video.
Yeah.
This one is Metal Sonic Theory Debunked. I had this one written at the beginning of the month, but I couldn't do it till now, and originally I had it written to where I was going to help prove this theory. Now this theory is the fact that Metal Sonic is actually a roboticized Sonic.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Actually won. He got the Sonic because
I think we can cut it off here.
Yeah, you understand this was the style of his content. I would say let's skip further and just see how it's improved.
Okay,
I would, like an hour in.
An hour in? Okay, sounds good. Let's see here, about here, we'll say.
Yeah.
Sally. Now I know what you're saying, Dylan. I can pull up several panels to show that Sonic has
and though
been
it's obviously much
Amy,
higher,
and you'd
like,
be showing the same panels that I'm showing. But do you notice something about all these panels? Sonic is
it's still very much the
same
content.
It's an ego trip. He wants to play the hero. It's nothing to do with affections, and you can even see in this panel that he's being just like Sonic in the video games.
Anyways, let's get off of that because I think that is enough.
Yeah, that's quite enough of that.
So yeah, he would get his start doing these like Sonic Theory videos, making videos on crappy creepypastas, which he called crappy pastas, and making top 10 lists. However, he would then just, as time went on, he would begin to interact with people more and more, like commentary YouTubers. One of which I'll get into in a second. But yeah, in 2015, he would start making his stupid videos because of this, where he was critical of some stuff, and that was really him dipping his toes into it. But yeah, he got his first major drama, however, was due to someone he was friends with at the time. So to give some background, Mr. Medicare, if you don't know who he is, he's a prolific internet figure. He made videos riffing on people, during Gamergate and then so on, and just making fun of people. And he was doing it at the time. He was doing a series called Deviants, where he would make fun of shitty artwork on DeviantArt that is just fetish fuel. In this, he made fun of Doodle Tones, who is a diaper fetishist. And because of this, Doodle Tones wasn't too happy and made a response video, tried to get Jim flagged down. Jim is Medicare, of course, which didn't work. And ultimately, Dillin hopped on the bandwagon in defending Doodle. And Jim, in his response to the whole situation, this was the beginning of Dillin being involved in drama.
Yeah.
Another thing I've noticed with this particular group, these commentators and analysts, is they like to talk a boatload of shit and then never back any of it up. Not just Doodle Diapers, not just Anthony, not all the people that sent different tweets and left different comments, but it just kept repeating itself. One last example of this would be a YouTuber by the name of Dillin. Now, Dillin made a video about a video. It's a commentary on a commentary on a commentary. Again, like
I remember
old
those.
days of YouTube, shit that should be dead but somehow still survives.
Yep.
And in that video, he made some not so subtle allegations about me being a harasser, a cyber bully, about me sending out people to go harass other people. The same kind of shit that Doodle Diapers was raising in her video, and it's not surprising because they're friends. They do streams together, they hang out together. So he releases his video, and then he goes on to Twitter, and he talks a boatload of shit. Is this sounding familiar? Mr. Medicare fans, come get me. You're all special ed kids. I'm not afraid of you. Bring it. Show me the best you've got. So people oblige him. And 2 hours later, and over 100 blocks later, he is no longer saying that. He went from making Slenderman jokes and posting XD in every single tweet to screaming cunt and blocking every single person in sight. Not just on Twitter, even on YouTube, on his own video, saying that he wasn't going to put up with it. It wasn't fair critique, so he was going to delete those comments.
That's going to be something very common with Dillin as we go on, deleting comments. And yeah, like I said, it is, this was the very beginning of Dillin getting in an internet slap fight. But he would get into a bunch more of these, both with some other people, as well as even Doodle Tones. They had a falling out, and this would later be dubbed the Dillin cycle, where he would become friends with someone, work with them professionally, stop working with them, and then talk shit about them after whatever reason he stopped working with them. And this would go on for years. Overall, though, but from this, though, his more confrontational, his more edgy content started to become more popular. He made a channel called DHT Commentaries, but he would later, where he would make commentaries on things. However, he would later integrate that into his main channel with his Sonic Insanity series, where he was just talking about lolcows in the community. As for his already existing series, he would slowly phase them all out, or make them more edgy, as seen here. Is Sonic racist?
Where Sonic says, "Looks like these black creatures really mean business."
No, certainly a different time.
Definitely.
But yeah, so he would slowly stop making top 10 Sonic theories and all of that, and cycle through friends throughout the years. But he would really hit it big, covering Chris Chan, aka Kristen Weston Chandler. If I'm sure a lot of you know who that is. However, for those who don't, he is probably the most famous lolcow. He's known for responding to trolls and such, and he had been trolled pretty much his whole internet life, until we'll get to it. And
we'll get to it.
Made videos reading the troll Wikipedia, the quickie, and uploading him to YouTube, and he struck gold with that. He made enough money. He started dating one of his fans and moved out of his house. To go live with her. And life was going good for Dillin. He was on the up and up, and even though he was cycling through friends constantly, he was and pissing off various people. He was doing quite good for himself. However, he had gotten a Kiwi Farms thread for his spurt out at Medicare, but it had died at this point. And even then, it had died and then come back to life as he was becoming more popular. And in response to that thread dying, in response to that threat, I can't speak. In response to that thread dying and coming back to life, he made a video, a Sonic Insanity, on himself, and just covering on why he was an absolute idiot. We're not going to show it now, but you can you can certainly find it on that Kiwi Farms thread. And just because it's an hour long and doesn't really add much. However, this would garner more attention to his Kiwi Farms thread. So when he got into his next slap fight, one of his enemies had posted on it gloating, just gloating that he had gotten Dillin struck. Though this wasn't the head guy, but this was some subordinates, and they had apparently already come to an agreement. But this guy went rogue and posted on the farms.
Yeah, this post on the screen is not what we are talking about. By the way, I believe, anyways.
No, this is what we are talking about.
Oh, this post is okay. Yeah.
Anyways, I think you should read it. I think you should read it in your aristocrat voice, I would say.
This guy. I didn't know he had his own Kiwi Farms thread. I cannot provide details on who I am, but I am with Sonic Legacy, and have been for a long time. Dillin has been a thorn in our side for quite a few months, often trying to own us by calling us out over dumb stuff like not promoting his bad parody comic, which was at first made to exclusively talk bad about Legacy until he gave control to a nobody named Alex, or saying how mean we were. Thing is, when he was denied partnership because his comic was mocking Sonic Legacy, and immediately got butthurt because we didn't want to have a self-deprecating image when there's too much of that already. It cheapens the overall result, so he tried to smear us. The most stark example I can think of at the moment is how he set up a live stream mocking one of the staff's fanfictions for an hour or so, which were not attached to Legacy in any way, mind you. This guy, in response, filed a copyright strike on the stream, and it went through. Not only that, but the administrator/creator of the comic also filed a strike based off an older video that used one of their original characters in a disparaging manner. No.
Tango moment.
Yeah, tango moment.
No. It's okay when he does it. With 2 strikes on his channel, and his Patreon barely scraping anything together, he tried to contact both, begging to remove the strikes. Not only that, he's tried to have his girlfriend infiltrate the Discord server multiple times while this was happening, only to get caught within minutes of doing so each time. It's pretty pathetic. I'd have more respect if he just quit while he was ahead, but he's just an egotistical coward.
All right. So to break that down, there's a few components to this. Dillin was going into Sonic Legacy, and he was self-promoting. And he eventually wanted to pay for advertisements and say Sonic Legacy that these people didn't want. But Dillin threw a bitch fit over this. And because of that, being vindictive, the Sonic Legacy people, AWF, and then that other person filed false copyright strikes on his transformative fair use content in mocking them. This, by all means, even though Dillin is a massive lolcow and he's gonna prove himself a hypocrite, was in the right here because he didn't deserve a strike for acting like an autistic idiot online.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, of course. Like, talking about these things is protected under fair use. You're reviewing and making fun of it.
And the reason why this post looks like this is because it was a quote. Because the people on Kiwi Farms started mocking this guy and Sonic Legacy. One of the major people involved in Sonic Legacy, AWF or OFF, however you pronounce it, he joined the farms, tried to reason why striking Dillin was justified. The farmers told him, no, it isn't whatsoever. And he came to the realization, I fucked up. In the process of doing this, I think you can just change it back to the picture now, Delta. But
okay, yeah, totally.
In the process of doing this, he gave over control of his YouTube channel because he wasn't able to one of Dillin's associates. so he could get the strikes removed because Off couldn't remove them at the moment, and that was true. I don't know why, but Off and Sonic Legacy seemed to learn their lesson, and the drama died with a dub for Dillin.
Mm-hmm.
Dillin, of course, made a video on this whole thing transpiring, only making his Kiwi Farm side more known. And in doing this, he attracted a bunch of A-logs.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking just for the image, Delta?
The image, that's the, was it the
it was the one where he banned the talking to Kiwi Farms. But yeah, to continue, so the farms began, people in the farms began talking about how Dillin was a Sperg more and more and being more hostile to him, where largely the climate was that he was harmless, his content was relatively crappy, but it was serviceable for what it was. But ultimately that. But now it was much more harsh and much more critical. And because of this, and people were screenshotting his posts in his fan Discord. And because of this, he made his fan Discord private. And he banned all speaking of Kiwi Farms, and as shown here.
Yeah, as shown here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you can see at the bottom, don't mention anything from Kiwi Farms, including members, post dramas involved with them.
Yeah.
Which considering he gets all his content from these people, because these people are the ones documenting Chris, it's a tad hypocritical, don't you think?
Yeah, a tad hypocritical. That's the least of the hypocrisy, of course, but we will get to that in a moment.
Yeah, anyways, so yeah, things, despite this though, it was kind of a flash in the pan drama, and despite his thread being active whenever he gets into a slap fight from here on in, they're not really notable, except for 2 incidents. Though, before we get into that, thank you, Moving Wine Addict, and we're glad to hear you at some point as well.
Of course.
Have you? Though we kind of have a backlog of people we've said that we'd like to have on the show at this point.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, anyways, to continue, one of these people was Rogue Internet Man.
Yes, so, okay, now we'll go to this one.
So yeah, we'll get to this image in a second, but Rogue Internet Man, similar sphere as Dillin. He also made videos reading the Quickie and covering other lolcows other than Chris as well, and he was much better at it.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, Rogue Internet Man made and still makes way better content than Dillin Thomas.
And Moving Wine Addict, feel free to just check out his thread. There's just so much to cover, we couldn't get it through in one stream. So.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, continuing on though, Rogue Internet Man, one day he's streaming talking about other Chris tubers such as Dillin and another person known as Gibby, and Dillin actually joins this chat and asks to come on the stream so he can explain himself. So he comes on the stream. They have a good time. It was good, and they would later arrange to do the Quickville podcast, which is just covering things Chris has done. And the Quickville podcast was absolutely horrible. I tried to watch it. It was awful. Rogue is great at presenting things, but they just had no chemistry whatsoever.
Oh yeah, so literally was it just Rogue talking the entire time with Dillin Thomas occasionally just going
no,
like, oh yeah.
No, it was Dillin talking, Rogue trying to interject, and it being just awkward.
Oh.
And then they moved on to the next, and then moved
That's
on.
even worse.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Kind of like the stream with you, JoJo, no offense.
No, it's none taken.
No, joking. Joking, JoJo. But yeah, overall though, it was just a crappy thing. And Rogue, he was going through some stuff in life. He was moving, he was sick, and he didn't like the show. So he So he eventually pulled out because for obvious reasons, because he had more pressing things to focus on, and because of that, Dillin responded with this.
Yeah, so then he says, "It would have been nice if you would just tell me things instead of taking shots at me and acting like a child about something that could have been easily avoided. I wanted to believe that there were misunderstandings and that you would have just been too busy to respond to me. But this petty stuff just shows that you do know what's going on and you choose to avoid talking to me rather than setting stuff right away. I'm fine with you being busy, I'm fine with you wanting to move on, but it would be nice if you gave me a heads up saying, 'Hey Dillin, despite rescheduling to record the day after I miss our previous recording date, I have decided not to talk to you for 15 days and leave you in the dark on what's happening with our show.' Like, for real, not gonna lie, this is childish, and that's coming from me of all people."
He even acknowledges how silly it is.
Moment of clarity.
Yep. Anyways, continue.
Let's go. I'm always down to talk again, but this stuff has made me think twice about doing collabs in the future.
Reminds me of Zango crying.
Honestly, yeah. Zango moment.
Yeah, no, but Rogue responds with, "I've told you I'm quite sick and that I'm incredibly busy before. Yet that simply wasn't enough for you. I'm fairly certain the brief voice chats we had before and after the streams that I mentioned being pressed for time. I'm juggling 2 jobs for myself and another person and their 2 pets, taking care of finances by any means necessary, working on a smaller passion project, ...
Good Rogue Internet Man impression.
Yeah, not the greatest, but I'm sick, so I can kind of have a deeper
You have an excuse, all right.
No, I have an excuse for being not totally shit.
Of course. All right. Anyway, so then Dillin Thomas responds, "See, was saying that so hard? Now go back in time 2 weeks ago and tell me that instead of ghosting me."
He just said that, though, that he told you. So...
Yeah, he told you what was happening, bro.
Yep, and then Rogue responds with, "Your passive-aggressive nature is probably why people aren't going to collaborate with you when you act like some entitled child. I have a life away from the internet, and that's far more important than some podcast. You should have the same and be able to understand that." And the funny thing is, he doesn't. The internet is his career. He doesn't have a job out of this. Despite not being very popular, he makes ends meet via YouTube. His girlfriend they moved in with, Taylor, or Merlot, I know it's spelled Merlot, but it's Merlot, did art commissions, but no way that would pay the bill. So he was the breadwinner, and he was doing YouTube. So his whole life revolved around the internet.
Yeah, I kind of did, in all honesty. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, though, like I said, we don't have an image for this, so just put back the...
Yeah, all right, sounds good. The pleasant image.
Yeah. But yeah, the other major thing that would happen, and this would happen right on the edge of where everything would start going to shit for Dillin, was he would have a falling out with Jesse Pajamas. Jesse Pajamas, for those who don't know, is a pedophile.
Yeah.
And,
so.
Yeah. No. And Dillin actually made a pretty good video exposing Jesse Pajamas, though. We'll get to why it's not genuine why he made it. But yeah, Jesse Pajamas, he dated minors, he shared lolicon with minors. Overall bad person.
Yeah.
And Dillin knew all about this. However, he didn't speak much about it when it occasionally bubbled to the surface. But when it finally blew up and there was this big movement to cancel Jesse Pajamas, rightfully so, mind you.
Yeah, of course.
He's a pedophile. Dillin just said, "Okay, I can't have you in my streams anymore. You're toxic for my brand," and said, "We can still be friends, but I'm not collaborating with you."
So in other words, he was pretty much doing this for the clout.
Yes, because Jesse was much bigger than Dillin at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Jesse completely and because of that, we'll get into why that came to bite him ass in a second. But yeah, aside from all of this, Dillin's life was still going good. It was perfect. It was perfectly fine. He was covering Chris, making good money doing it, and he was thriving in California, of all places, where rent is fucking expensive.
Yeah, no, holy cow.
However, everything would begin tumbling down when Chris went to prison for raping his mother.
Yeah, so I think at this point we all know what happened with Chris, so we don't even need to get into detail. But the point is that now that Chris had been arrested for committing this absolutely horrible crime, Dillin was
running out of content. He started up a series called Captain's Log, which was essentially Chris Chan What If, or Chris Chan theories if something in his life was different. That one, but I just remembered the funny thing about this is Chris Chan confessed to Dillin, as you can show right here. I would say first tweet. Yeah.
First for this one.
No, that's the second one. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. This is a bit of a struggle.
But yeah, there we
go. All right. So, as shown here.
Yep. As shown here, Dillin posted this on Twitter. He says, in Delta, you have a better Dillin voice.
Okay, all right. I told Chris that I wouldn't make this info public, but it is eating away at me. I know that he will not trust me after this, but I don't care. I asked Chris if he did this with his mom earlier, and said it was true. That grammar is scuffed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Anyways, second one.
Second one. If I get called a snitch, oh well. I didn't expect him to say yes. I didn't expect the feds to ban him from his house, and I didn't expect his mom to go to a hospital. I'm not gonna keep a secret, so Secret. Yes, secret. Excuse me. So a man who believes he is a goddess can continue to do awful things to his mom.
Yeah. His mom.
Mm-hmm. I thought it would be another troll. I thought we would know who did this soon, and Chris would explain what happened. I'm starting to accept that I was wrong with that guess. I think he did do it, and maybe there is no troll this time. There
was who goaded him on, but he still fucked his mom, so it's on him.
Yeah. He claimed telling me was a test, but I don't want to pass if passing means doing stuff like this, and I don't want to play dumb when people keep asking me if I know what's going on. I'm sorry, Chris, but you shouldn't have done or said these things.
Shit. Yeah, this shit. Moving wine addict. Yeah, no, it's a direct reference to a Chris Chan video, which Dillin was also referencing here. So
yeah, pretty much. The Captain's Log are references to Chris Chan. A lot of the times Chris Chan would open his videos with Captain's Log, which is a reference to Star Trek.
Yeah, which he got through Family Guy.
Yeah, because Chris is not a Trekkie.
It's like 5 stages removed from Star Trek itself.
Yeah,
like
really.
Us saying it is 5 stages removed. But either way, JoJo, yeah, no, it is absolutely horrible what Chris did. There's no justifying it in any way.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely the worst thing that Chris ever did, and it turned him from like someone who was like
viewed as harmless,
but like turned him from someone who was harmless to someone who was actually dangerous and completely irredeemable.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we're just getting into the actual DMs between Chris and Dillin now. So
yes,
I'll play the part of Chris.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Chris, you know I hardly ever hit you up, but I feel that this needs explaining. Can you tell me what this is?
That video being the audio of him admitting to having sex with his mom, and Chris responds with, keep faith and distance yourself from the drama and chaos going on today. Know that the reigning bad vibrations of the world are being sorted out this week. Weed end.
Weeded out today.
Oh, weeded out today. My bad. I thought
it's
fucking.
You know what? It's in character for Chris. It's good.
A detail that fell into the wrongest of hands can light the path for good intentioned and light-powered individuals. And then Dillin responds with,
Chris, did you do it? Yes or no?
Yep. And then Dillin continues saying,
I have been cool with you and have tried treating you like a normal person. I think that you can at least return the favor with an actual response. I'm gonna have to talk about this, and it would help if you could explain what this is to me. I'm starting to sound more like the Half-Life 1 scientist. Anyways, go ahead. Hello, Gordon! Anyways, continue.
And then Chris responds with, I'm not at liberty to discuss about this. And ask yourself, please, Dillin, do not drag yourselves into this drama as well. This is a test of the remaining weeded out toxic individuals who take advantage of such details. You and Taylor are stronger and better than this.
Ironic coming from, the guy who literally just did these awful things to his mom.
Yep.
Anyways, then Dillin responds with, it bothers me that you can't say yes or no, Chris. I know the audio was messed with. I don't think it was.
It was. The troll Bella cut out her own voice from it.
Okay.
But we got the original audio eventually, and it is genuine. It's true and honest, as Chris would say.
Anyways, final DM picture. I just want to know if it's true.
And then Chris responds with, I will trust you with the simple answer then. I ask you both to not screen cap or share this even this simple answer. Fuck, I can't. Chris types so fucking weirdly.
He does, but you know what? It's entirely in character to be stumbling over words like that.
Yep, and
so
then
good
Chris
job.
Yes, Chris says yes, and this is not the only person he said this is true to. And then Chris responds with, "This is my test for both of you as well. Please prove me right."
I won't. And then Dillin responds with, "I won't screen cap it." To which of course he did.
Yeah, and he did the right thing there.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
He provided more evidence, more of Chris's confession, because he confessed to the owner of the Kiwi Farms and he confessed to Dillin, and collaborate, and more evidence that exists, the better. So.
Yeah, of course.
So, but either way, though, this was the beginning of the end for Dillin, as his golden cash cow had just gone to jail. He was not going to be able to spurg out and make content for Dillin. So he is just. It was essentially like what Zango is for us right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
There isn't anything to do, but at the same time, we're just doing this for fun. We aren't doing it for any monetary gain whatsoever. So
yeah, $2.25 at night is not monetized whatsoever.
Yeah, and so like I said, us being able to cover other things and it not going and the audience not liking it so much, that's fine. We can just cover something different next week. So
yeah, totally. Of course.
But Dillin was staking his life. He was living paycheck to paycheck on Chris making an ass of himself. So, and when that dries up, he starts wanting to cover other lolcows. He starts reviewing Linkara's comic, The Lightbringer, and
yeah, which if you've never heard of The Lightbringer, it's essentially like a really bad comic that Linkara made a while ago.
It's essentially Linkara's Sonichu.
Yeah, pretty much. And he did this long before he started reviewing comics.
Yeah. And Moving Wine Addict, yes, you can monetize streams. We have not done that yet.
Yeah.
And Tough Ibrahim, you evidently know more than I do at Linkara because I don't know anything about him. But I know
I don't know much about him either.
I know has an extensive lore of his own. So
yeah, of course. We could maybe even do some research and cover him at a later date if you wish.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
But yeah, so in the midst of all this major shit, he makes a video called The Big Christian Update. Where his channel was blowing up at this point because people wanted to know who Chris was and what he was doing in the past and now. And Dillin makes this video called The Big Christian Update. It had the thumbnail of Chris being arrested. And this is the video.
Hey guys, Dillin here, and today is a very important video because today we're going to be talking about the future of my channel. For the past 2 weeks, I haven't been covering Christian. Instead, I've been covering a new series called Social Media Lunacy. In Social Media Lunacy, I'm going to be talking about any lolcow. They don't have to be Sonic related. They don't have to be Christian related. And there's a lot of people I want to talk about. I've been following lolcows for years, and I'm really interested in having discussions about all of them and reading articles about all of them. And
oh, hello.
Yeah, I don't know.
Scuffed player. Very scuffed. Let me refresh this.
Yeah. But yeah, to continue, it's more so like how it was 33.
Yeah, 33. Okay, thank you.
But yeah, more so it was like just expanding the scope of Sonic Insanity.
Yeah, of course, expanding the scope of Sonic Insanity from Sonic lolcows to general lolcows.
Yeah.
You know, like Wings, DSP, Ethan Ralph.
Linkara.
Linkara, yes.
Yeah, anyways, let's continue it.
Mm-hmm. All of them and showing you clips about all of them. But for the week that I've done this type of content, the views really aren't there. The likes really aren't there. These videos aren't even doing as good as Sonic Insanity episodes did. I had non-lolcow content perform better than these videos. People have told me for years that I needed to cover other lolcows. People have told me for years I needed to stop covering Christian. Well, now I expect people to put their money where their mouth is. If you guys say you want different content, you guys say that you want me to branch out, you need to show it. Because I'm making the videos, I'm doing other things, and it just isn't there. If you guys don't want me to continue to cover Christian, you need to check out my new stuff. And if you really want me to do new things, you have to support the new things. But I'm not demanding you guys to do anything. I'm not saying that anything has to be done. I'm just saying that I do YouTube as a job. I pay my rent with YouTube. I pay my bills with YouTube. I get my food with YouTube.
That is true.
So the earnings are important to me. The views are important to me. I can't upload a video that does terribly. I can't upload a video that does mediocrely. I have to upload videos that do decently every time, or I can't afford to feed myself.
Zango moment.
Zango moment. What we're gonna do. I'm going to put links to the playlist, the Social Media Lunacy playlist, in the description below. If you want to check out those videos, go check out those videos. I know that there's almost 50,000 of you subscribed to my channel. If you want this content, go view it. Maybe you didn't know it existed because it didn't have Christian on the thumbnail. So here's your chance. Go check out those videos. And if you don't want those videos and you just want Christian shit, what I want you to do is comment on this video, give me more Christian shit. So when people tell me to branch out and do new things, I will have 50,000 comments of people just telling me to do Christian shit till the end of time. Today is the day that you guys prove if you want different stuff or if you want the same shit forever. If you want me to do new stuff, go watch it. If you don't want me to do new stuff, comment down below. Continue to cover Christian. Hopefully you guys have liked this social experiment that's going on. I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Huh?
I'll see you guys next time.
It's just a prank, bro.
Bye.
So yeah, no, this was titled the Big Christian Update. Chris had been arrested, and people wanted to know more. And he titles this The Big Christian Update. You can wonder how well it went over. And Moving Wine Addictor, he characterized himself. You characterized Dillin perfectly there. Yeah, he and you want to know why he was at so much wit's end at this point?
Why?
He had broken up with Taylor. He had broken up with his girlfriend of 3 years at this point because he was because according to her, he was freaking out because he was losing money.
Yeah, all right. That breakups will do that to you.
Yep, and he claims he broke up with her. She claims it was the other way around. So it's he said, she said, but I'm more inclined to believe her.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, yeah, like coming from Dillin, I think I'm more inclined to believe his ex.
Yeah. But yeah, after this video, he would go on to stream that same night. And though that stream was lost, he allegedly cried on it and raged at his fans. So much so, he had to release an apology video, which was just a black screen, so it's just audio here.
All right. Do we want to show the pleasant image of the pleasant wallpaper, or do we want to show
we can show the image since there's no video.
All right, yeah, here you go. Okay, here, I'll just download it then. That's
yeah,
okay.
It's not too long.
Yeah, I know, it's downloaded instantly anyways.
Yep. So yeah, just get it playing in a second. Scuffed stream,
ladies and gentlemen. All right.
But yeah, moving wine addict. Yeah, no, it is never easy to go through a breakup, and it's evident he was at his wit's end because he wasn't making any money, and he had just had to move back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So
yeah. So yeah, breakups are hard for everybody. Anyways, I have the audio file. Let's get going.
Hey guys, Dillin here. I felt like I really needed to.
I don't think I can hear it, but you guys can.
Okay, yeah, here. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and I'll help you out here.
Yeah. Also boost audio in the stream.
Yeah, of course. Now everyone should be able to hear.
Hey guys, Dillin here. I felt like I really needed to make this video. I already made a community post today, and I posted that same post on Twitter and my Discord, but I feel like for those people who don't want to check those out, there should be some type of alternative, because I really do need to get this message out there. Last night, what I did was uncalled for, and I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have acted that way. I shouldn't have been that way. I shouldn't have got online when I was that way.
Honestly, yeah.
I have been having issues lately. The move took a lot out of me. The things that's been going on in my life recently has put a heavy toll on my mental state right now. And normally I do my best to keep myself together. Normally I do my best to not have public meltdowns, and I've been pretty good at that. But last night, a lot of things got to me, and I made an ass of myself. I'll admit it right now. I was acting like a lol cow. I was embarrassing myself in front of everybody. I shouldn't have talked to people that way. I shouldn't have acted that way. I expect better from myself, and I think everyone else should expect.
Yeah, okay. I think, yeah, all right. I don't think there's really anything more to add.
Yeah, and no worries, moving wine addict. We like interacting with chat, so
yeah, of course. It's fine. Yeah, totally. Definitely talk as much as you want in the chat.
Yeah, we just might not get to you right away. Anyways, go back to just sharing share the next thing with me. So
yeah, of course, definitely. Let me go ahead and do just that.
Dillin was down, but I wouldn't necessarily call him out yet. I wouldn't call him. He still very well could pick up his feet. He could start covering other lol cows, and overall just get back to where he was.
Okay. So before we continue on, were you there for that live stream where he like cried and screamed at his viewers, or no?
I was. It was hilarious.
Oh wow!
I say allegedly because don't want to get sued, but yeah, no, it was hilarious.
So, all right. Okay.
Lol cow is someone who can be milked for laughs.
Yeah, that's essentially what it means.
Yeah, that's what it means. So someone who just essentially someone who keeps doing dumb shit over and over and over again, prompted or not, who you can just post and laugh at. So.
That's pretty much what a lol cow is.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the thing. So yeah, at the same time this was happening though, this was shortly after he had cut ties with Jesse justly for being a pedophile. So Jesse's fans, I don't know if on behalf of Jesse or not, were the remnants of his fan base weren't too happy about this, and they were out for blood. So they began posting on Kiwi farms. They signed him up for Grindr. So, and then posted about that. That's where the whole rumor about him having a Grindr account was. At least I think that's how things gone down. In theory, there's no reason to believe. There's no indication for things that I'll get into later that he is gay. But yeah, to continue though. And yeah, these people were just out for blood. So Dillin confronted Jesse, and Jesse basically said, "I didn't do this. This wasn't my fault." And Dillin was like, "No, this was your fault. You obviously sent him." And honestly, I don't know who to believe. One's a pedophile and the other's a smug son of a bitch. So I don't know who to believe. They're both bad, and I wouldn't put it past Jesse of sending people out to harass him, but there's no proof one way or the other.
Yeah, of course.
So because Dillin was enraged with that, and because at the same time, Jesse, though for a brief time, began dating Dillin's ex. I shit you not.
This is the first time I ever heard that. So you know what? I can understand why Dillin was mad.
Yep, that was definitely... So, yeah, because of this, Dillin made a video exposing Jesse for being a pedophile.
Yeah.
And that video, honestly, aside from the parts where he's trying to aside from one part where he was trying to... where he was over-aggrandizing about an affair Jesse was having with a married woman, and the fact he was trying to paint himself as superior, it was an informative video that provided enough evidence that Jesse was a pedophile. So,
you know what this reminds me of? This is like beat for beat Eggman's announcement. Beat for beat.
It largely is. So
minus the peeing, but yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, but either way though, but this wasn't the and Jesse's remnant fan base still continued just to continue to be active members in that thread and post information. Some of it true, some of it probably not true. Who knows? To this day, really. But at this point, Dillin still could correct course. He still could pull up from this. He hadn't hit the ground quite yet. He may have been living in the shithole that is Tulsa, Oklahoma, but he still could recover from this. However, he had supposedly been talking shit about Rogue Internet Man, the person he was formerly streaming with, behind closed doors, and that got back to Rogue. So Rogue, as shown here, well, you don't even have to show the image. It's just chat. So.
Okay. Well, I got the video on display right now.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
it is.
Right. Well, we have to go to the next video anyway. So, guess that works. So yeah, Rogue in public clap back. So.
This is that. All right.
Formula the Prod said, "Quit being an asshole to Dillin Thomas. Formula, you can suck my fucking dick. I don't give a shit. Dillin messaged me the other day. He's talking about the jabs that I fucking make. Dillin's just a stuck-up asshole. And I hope he fucking hears this. You got pissy with me when I was sick and moving. You made a fucking shit fit. Go look at your fucking Kiwi Farms thread and tell me your shit's doing good, asshole. Fucking prick. Hold on, one more second. Croc Plunder Enthusiast says, Christ, dude, stop attacking everyone you see. Croc, no, it's a long thing with Dillin. This started last year. He's a real fucking cock. Just basically, I was streaming with him for absolutely nothing. I was getting nothing out of it. Basically, for him, it was like paying me with exposure or something. Whatever the fuck that means. And at one point, you know, as adults do, they move, and sometimes they get a little sick, and sometimes they can't come into work, and I wasn't available for the streams that I just, you know, I wasn't getting paid for or anything like that. If I had to leverage me moving or me being sick over doing something where I'm not making money, a responsible adult would say, well, fuck that shit. I've got more important things to worry about. So, Croc, I'm gonna give you a better suggestion than one you gave me. Use your fucking head. It works really good for you. Go out and file taxes. Do something like that. Be an adult for like 10 minutes.
Go file taxes.
But yeah, so that was Rogue responding to that. This all of a sudden made things extremely hot between the two. Not like hot as in sexy, like hot as in nuclear.
Of course.
And they got into a bit of a slap fight on Twitter, and where they couldn't agree on times, and Dillin made this video calling out Rogue,
which we will watch together.
Yeah.
This is a re-upload, obviously.
Yep. Yeah, this is just from the original place where it was.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
Shall we proceed with the plan?
That's loud.
Hey guys, Dillin here, and today I want to announce something very special. It's happening tomorrow.
I didn't know
tomorrow
that.
I will be doing a stream with Rogue.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
About Rogue. It just depends on if he shows up. The reason why I decided to do a stream with Rogue is because a few months back I ended a series that Rogue didn't even like, and Rogue got very upset that I decided to end this series. Since then, he's constantly taken jabs at me. He's constantly insulted me. And here recently, he's been trying to act like I'm some type of lolcow.
Remember how confident he sounds here.
To poke fun at me in front of his audience and treat me like I'm Chris-chan. Like, it's silly. I decided to reach out with Rogue on Twitter and say, I'm done being petty on Twitter. Either Rogue invites me onto his show, or he can pop into mine. If he can't decide by tomorrow, I will have less respect for him than I do for Ben Saint, who is actually willing to talk to me.
Why does Dillin's respect matter?
And also fill the audience in with who Ben Saint is.
Ben Saint is a hyper leftist who made a video on Christian Weston Chandler, and that went viral. The Quick Lecture 101.
I gotcha.
Then that got popular, and then he started making this comic that was like Slime World and this like slime apocalypse, and Christian latched on to that, and so because of that, Ben Saint wanted to go down as one of the greatest trolls ever, so started trying to manipulate Chris with it, like saying the slimes have invaded Quickbill.
I'm assuming Chris, being Chris, believed every word he said.
Who knows what Chris thought? And Aristotle, man. I want to say Aristotle, but it's not.
Aristotle, I guess.
Oh, Aristotle. You missed a lot, but to fill you and anyone else in, Dillin Thomas is someone who had it all, making fun of people, and you're about to see the moment where Icarus flies too close to the sun.
Mm-hmm. Came on my show to do it. If you are as big as you act, you have nothing to lose. If you don't, I will just block you and write you off as a bitch. So I went on Twitter, and I was trying to get him to say yes or no to this. He said he already answered my question,
Do I need an autistic girl with blonde hair and like Sonic for you to listen to me when I talk? So he's saying I don't listen to him when he talks. And I said, just say yes, and that will be it.
Well, the funny thing about that is, just pause it for a second.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that is he was heavily simping for a blonde-haired Sonic fan, like insanely at that point, because he was trying to fill the void.
Yeah, okay. Trying to fill that emptiness that was left. Yeah, definitely.
And dude, Swagmaster, stay away from Dillin.
Yeah, stay away from Dillin.
Anyways, just continue.
All right.
Or I leave. I'm not going to play these games, and you are not going to get me angry. It's either yes or no, Rogue. He responds with, this Saturday at 9, we will start a Discord call. There will be someone to moderate and make sure we end things at a reasonable time. So he said that I can't read what he says, but then he goes on to not be able to read what I say. No, that being that I wanted
Rogue dictated terms, and
yeah, that's he dictated terms. He wanted there to be moderation, which understandable for something like this.
And dude, Swagmaster, he made his living covering Chris Chan. So
he did, yeah. That was Chris Chan was his living for a while.
Yeah, until Chris went to prison, well,
of course,
jail.
Yeah. Jail, yeah. And then, like, ever since, he's just been kind of on a downward spiral.
Well,
which we
he was on a downward spiral. Now he's just in limbo, pretty much.
Yeah, we are covering that now, of course. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
A one-on-one call with him. That I wanted to be alone with him. I didn't say anything about a moderator. I didn't say anything about his friends hopping in. Never did I say that. Remember, this is only going to show the world how bad you're doing. Oh, I'm sure you're going to eviscerate me.
He did. He absolutely did, and we're going to see that.
I am down for that. I hit him up and I said, you are lame. You can't have a one-on-one talk with me. As far as I'm concerned, this is done. Show up on my stream with 5 people watching because he says I'm irrelevant and my channel is dead. Or I will assume you bitched out.
And Viperius,
so that is me telling him that he's...
Yeah.
And dude, Swagmaster, you are, but the VOD will be uploaded to 225 at Night channel, so you can watch what you missed. Other than that, though, you can read his Kiwi Farms thread. It has all the lore there.
Yes, of course.
And Viperius, he would regularly nuke his Discord chats for no reason, too. I was in his Discord. And for a time, and just I'm not going to go too far off, but he was a dick to everyone there. He was an absolute
I figured
dick. But yeah, he would nuke his channels periodically, likely so no one could go in and capture something stupid he said long after the fact.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that's yeah, like honestly I figured.
Anyways, let's continue.
No longer allowed to do a show on his stream with me, and that now it is just me doing a stream because I can't trust him to be honest. He said that he won't have anybody in, but I already said before for him to not have anyone in, and he insisted on a moderator.
Yeah, just to keep things civil. We'll see why it was
just
needed
to be dogpiled. I'm not dumb, Rogue. Either you show up to my stream alone, or we don't do the show. That's just it. I said not to have your friends on, and you announced that you will bring someone on.
Once again, keep in mind how mad shit Dillin is talking.
And then he tells me, accept the invite or shut the fuck up.
He's acting real confident here.
I'm not surprised your close friends are sharing info about you to me. I've seen the screenshots. You're panicking. I have not made any post in my Discord server about you.
He's saying that you're panicking, and while Rogue would
get not been talking about you today.
Yeah.
He's saying that I'm not surprised your friends would share things to me. Remember that quote. He'll later say that he wasn't talking behind his back with anyone, and though Rogue would get into some further drama that I would say he was on the right on, and people tried to defame him. at the end of the day, there wasn't. I can see why Dillin would be the type to talk shit about the stuff out of context that people were sharing about Rogue. So, anyways, let's.
In my Discord server, you are crazy. If another person shows up on the stream, you're free to leave. No, I'm not going to show up on your stream, so then someone can pop in and then you go, lol, it's a troll. Lol, this is a joke. It's all funny. Instead of just talking to me like a normal person. Either you're willing to come onto my show and talk to me like a normal person.
Yeah.
Moving Wine Addict. Well, I wouldn't be surprised because he locked it behind a paywall after Kiwi Farms users made fun of him. So,
yeah. Point of advice: don't let what Kiwi Farms says about you get to your head, because then it'll only get worse and worse.
Yeah,
for you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And do Swagmaster. Weird saying that considering you're a chick, but yeah, no, it was a lol cow making fun of a lol cow. So,
there you go.
Or we're not going to do the talk. You know, if you show up on my show, no one's going to interfere.
Right, moving wine.
No one's going to harass you. This is because I'm honest, unlike you, Rogue. If I say no one's showing up, no one is showing up. I don't trust you. For good reasons. I've seen the people you've brought on your show just to dogpile them. I'm not dumb, Rogue. So then I make this one last big post to get Rogue to understand the way things are. I said, okay, because Rogue is having a hard time with this, I will make it simple. If you are not scared of me, then you will show up to my stream tomorrow. You will come alone and talk to me.
Oh, all right.
I will stream for 1 hour tomorrow. If you do not show up within that 1 hour, I will block you on Twitter and move on with my life. It's easy to talk shit when you don't have to say it to my face, which is why I doubt you will show up, Rogue. You had a chance to have me on your show, but you decided to try to make it some gay debate with your friends. Either eviscerate my arguments or piss off. And that's all
very
I have
cocky
to say
coming
about
from what
this.
how he's going to handle things. So I think that's enough of this. I think you get the
you get the gist of it. Yeah, so you see how he's very confident, right? He's ready. He's ready to try and rip into Rogue as much as he can, like in a debate or whatever. What we're about to see is the exact opposite.
Exactly.
So this video is titled "Rogue versus Dillin Thomas Spergfight," and that's
this was just the segment of the stream of Dillin on Rogue stream. So
yes, and we'll be watching that now.
So tonight's the night. Dillin wanted to talk, and I guess we're gonna talk. So before I call him, allow me to preface how this whole little ordeal started. It started almost a year ago now. But really, so the other day I saw Ben Saint was being a dipshit on Twitter, and I was being snarky, and somebody mentioned Dillin along the line. I don't remember if it was me or somebody else, and Dillin somehow heard about that, and that seemed to upset him. And he, somehow along the line, it came to him challenging me to a debate for whatever fucking reason. I don't know. And then, I said we should have moderation.
1.25 speed, since it's 20 minutes, so.
1.25 speed?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good.
He said no in the moderation, because he thought I was going to dogpile him like the Coach Eli shit. Yada, yada, yada. I honestly have no fucking idea what's going on at this point. All I know is he's going to be on here. He wants to have a discussion, so we're going to have a discussion. And you guys can enjoy the show, say whatever you like, as long as it doesn't break YouTube's terms of service. You guys understand. And to those of you sending in super chats, I'm going to try to read as much as I can tonight at the end of the stream or something like that.
We're getting to that.
We are getting to that.
If I miss some, I'm sorry. There's already so many. Is there anything else I should say? If Dillin leaves at any time during this for whatever stupid fucking reason, I will continue the stream as expected, and I will just discuss everything that's been happening. So, everything sound good? You guys ready? I'll call Dillin. And sorry if you guys can hear me drinking any soda or anything, the normal ordeal with me. All right.
Yeah, Rogue is a Giga Chat. I agree.
Go ahead and start.
Swagmaster.
So I'm going to go ahead and call Dillin. Where's he at? Let me switch to the proper screen.
Rogue actually made these two images public. So
all right. I'm going to go ahead and call him.
Nice.
And Dillin Thomas.
And remember, Pineapple was here live for this.
I was.
Sure, I can hear us. All right, there you are.
Hello.
Hey. All right, and yeah, they can hear you. So,
Great.
what's up?
I just figured we should talk.
Like, what's there to? What do you want to talk
I
about
would slow
specifically?
this down
I mean,
now.
where
Slow it down now? Alright, sounds good. There you go.
Yeah.
does this all start?
Well, I know that you've had issues with me for a few months now. You keep bringing me up on multiple streams, and
Notice
that's
his
how I
tone
knew that you had
more somber
issues with me.
Well, Dillin, I mean, I don't personally have an issue with you, but I do think you're disingenuous. And I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not disingenuous. What I do is incredibly predatory. But
if you think I'm disingenuous, that's fine.
Yeah,
I can't disprove it to you.
Well, yeah, because it's objective fact. So you and I, we did that stream together and everything, and you came to me. You wanted me to watch Chris videos with you. I agreed. Figured, this would be mutually beneficial. Why not? And we did them. I don't think they were very good, but your audience seemed to like them, and that's...
What's up?
They weren't good. Rogue was saying they aren't very good, and they weren't good whatsoever.
Yeah.
For reasons I've already outlined. It was essentially Dillin speaking, Rogue trying to make a joke about that or get a word in, and it just being awkward when he did.
Yeah. So, in other words, not a good podcast.
Nope.
Anyways, let us continue.
Fantastic. However, later on, as we were doing it, I actually got pretty sick, and I wasn't able to show up, and I was taking care of life stuff while I thought I was dying. And after that, then I had to move because I had to get out of a living situation I was in, and then I had to go deal with some other life stuff. And you were aware of this. I mean, you saw the time where there was the fundraisers and everything, but then when I wasn't able to show up, that bothered you, and I understand that, but you have to understand that when it comes to survival, I have to make sure that not only am I making sure I'm not getting sick or getting better from being sick and taking care of my family and getting things in order, but I also, if I'm going to spend my free time on YouTube content, I've got to focus on my own stuff because, honestly, my day job doesn't pay enough. I've got to eat.
I'm fine with that.
Again,
my only concern is that you could have hit me up and told me in advance, hey, I can't make this recording, so then I can use that time to reschedule something else and do something else for that day, instead of waiting for you and you weren't replying.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm incredibly busy, and if you were a responsible business operator or owner, whatever, however you're running your little thing here, you would say, well, if this person's a no call, no show, I just do something else. You can't just sit there with your thumb up your ass. If you were a boss, if you were a boss and your employee...
Possible Grinder account. I'm sure that if that's true, I'm sure he does that a lot.
Doesn't come to work, would you just fucking sit there looking at the door waiting for him to show up? Or are you gonna go ahead and get the other people going on their job and then you do your thing and make money? Because
I'll tell you what I did. I ended the show because you quit showing up.
Yeah, you ended the show, and I was more than willing to come back and do things, but you ended it because I was sick and taking care of life shit. Because Dillin, you're not important enough for me to value what you're doing at all fucking times. I mean, come on, you're just a guy on the internet.
That's fine, but if you don't have the time for it, why would I continue to try to stress you out?
Yeah.
So, so compared how he was speaking in this call versus how he was before. He was this really confident, really gung ho. Oh, I'm gonna take you down, Rogue.
I'm gonna take you down. We're gonna settle this once and for all. And then here he's like, and here he's just like, please, Rogue, don't hurt me.
Be my friend.
Please be my friend.
Anyways, I think we can speed it up. I just wanted it to be that normal speed for a bit, just because you kind of lose how he sounds at faster speed.
All right.
Make you do something.
It wasn't stress to me because I didn't care. So
you were commenting on the videos, telling people that you didn't like the show. You did it multiple times, Rogue. How am I going to get you
So fucking what? I agreed to do it.
How am I supposed to continue to get you to do the show when you don't?
Because
like
I fucking agreed to do it. Are you that fucking stupid? I agreed to do it with you.
Can you not insult me, Rogue?
Are you gonna cry? Come on. You should talk like a fucking adult. You're fucking lying.
I am talking like an adult. I'm not lying.
You've got 1,400 people watching you. So
me.
I'm not afraid of you, Rogue. I'm not afraid of you.
That's why your voice is shaky. I'm talking to you right now. And then when I bring up counterpoints, you try to talk over me. You try to talk over me.
I'm not talking over you.
You are attempting to.
If I am, then I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm obviously talking over you.
Rogue,
Jesus
you're
Christ.
acting like a child right now. Can we?
There's
talk
1,431 people here, seeing you act like a fucking idiot.
You're the one acting like an idiot. You're the one insulting people. You're the one raising.
Because you're the one
Rogue.
who's constantly caused fucking problems, and I've seen the logs of you talking shit. I've heard murmurs of people that are close to you. No, hold on. You can ask one in a moment. I've heard murmurs of people that are close to you saying that you were talking about me. Now, I figured you would, because I've seen your history where you always got to dissolve every stream. You always, somebody who's your internet friend is now your online enemy. So I figured, okay, whatever. But I didn't give it much mind. And of course, if somebody brings it up to me, I'm just going to brush it off as a joke, because that's the only way to approach it. Well, come on.
Rogue, I didn't say anything about you.
I've
only recently started.
Yeah.
Remember, people were. He said previously that, people were coming to me all the time talking about you. So he evidently was talking behind. Dillin obviously was talking behind Rogue's back. So.
Yeah, evidently. Anyways,
let's
another thing to point out is that Rogue is so good at speaking that when you put him on 1.25 speed, it's like he's going on super hyper faster speed, like Micro Machines, stuff like that. Meanwhile, Dillin Thomas over here, because he talks so slow, just sounds like a regular person at 1.25 speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to point that out. Anyways, let us continue.
Talking about you when you started bashing me post my breakup with Taylor.
So fucking what if you had a breakup,
nothing.
man?
I said nothing mean about you before that point. You were being hostile towards me first.
You caused.
Yeah,
you continually were talking shit, and I just tried to ignore it. And then when people brought it up, I tried to make a joke out of it. It's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. He's just a fucking asshole. It is what it is.
I was not talking shit about you, Rogue.
You absolutely fucking were, man.
Whoever told you that, they're lying to you. I was not
admitted
talking
to
shit
it.
about you, Rogue.
He admitted to it.
He admitted to it?
Yeah, no. Dillin was saying, whoever told you that is lying, and Dillin admitted to it. Like I just said, Dillin admitted to it in his call-out video. So.
Oh, well, there you go. He literally admitted to it. All right. Anyways, let us continue.
We ended on mutual terms. I ended the show with no beef towards you. You didn't have time to do it. I don't have the time to harass you to get you to do it. That's all it was.
What time do you have though to do anything? Because you talked this big game on Twitter, wanting to do a debate, and then when I even brought this stupid shit up, I said, hey, why do you want to have a debate if we're gonna do this shit? Why don't we have moderation? You coward. And then when we don't have moderation, and I'm speaking freely, that's a problem.
It's not a problem. I'm willing to address anything you're saying. I'm just saying that I have streams where you were openly talking shit about me, and you have hunches and people telling you things.
And
so I know that you were talking shit about me. I heard it on your streams, Rogue.
So what?
I didn't talk shit about you, Rogue.
Hold on, I got a question for you. Why are you okay making content that makes fun of other people, but then if I make a slight joke in the same kind of content that talks about you, then it's bad? What's wrong with joking?
Rogue, we share the same audience. You know that when
Oh no, my audience is far bigger than you. Don't even. That's why I have 1,500 people watching me.
Bragging about your numbers.
Don't even try to compare. That's why you came to me.
Are we going to be bragging about our numbers, Rogue?
That's why you came to me, though. You came to me for the podcast.
I didn't come to you for that. I came to you because we did something together. We did a show that people liked, and I wanted to continue to do shows people liked.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind, Dillin was the one talking about numbers there, in the call-out video.
Yep, he was.
Totally. Anyways.
I did come to you, but it wasn't for your numbers, Rogue. It was because I enjoyed the stream we had together, and I wanted to do more videos like that.
Was something special.
And that's fine, but you don't understand that my life takes more precedence to me than your life does to me. That's why I didn't bother messaging you, because here's the thing: when I'm coughing up blood and trying to take care of my family and trying to move and trying to get some things in order for my own personal shit, some money shit, I'm more focused on my stuff than I am with you. Because at the end of the day,
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry if you didn't hear that, but yeah, Viperius, that stream was unfortunately lost. But that was in between the big Chris Chan update and his apology for the big Chris Chan update.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Anyways, here is the rest of
You weren't paying me, and that's fine. I'm fine not getting paid. But I'm going to be obligated to my job that I get paid for, right? So the people that I see every day when I clock in at work, and the stuff that I do for myself on the side with the YouTube stuff to make a little bit of scratch. That's the stuff I'm going to be most focused on.
The only time I ever complained like about you not doing something is when you said you were coughing up blood in my DMs and then you streamed 30 minutes later.
Because I did cough up blood, but I need to focus on my own shit. It's a thing.
Well, I always say, hey, Dillin, I want to do my own stream.
Because if I say that I'm going to do this own thing, it's going to be a fucking ordeal. I know your type, Dillin. I try to avoid having problems with you by just staying away. Because if I get involved and I say something that's a little too crass, because sometimes I can come off as a dick. I know that. If I say something that comes off crass or crude or something, it's going to cause a bigger ordeal. So the main thing I want to do is just focus on my shit.
I would have appreciated it if you just talked to me like a normal person.
And
say,
he
I
did.
can't do this.
I was too busy dealing with my own shit. If I'm going to focus on anything, I'm going to focus on what's making me money. If I'm in a situation where I'm looking at homelessness while I'm sick, I'm going to focus on my shit.
If you needed something, Rogue, I could have helped you out.
I didn't want fucking handouts from you. There was already that fundraiser shit.
A handout, Rogue.
But I don't need your help. You're not some fucking god. I don't need your help.
I'm not claiming to be a god, Rogue. I was just someone working with you.
I don't need your help.
I'm not claiming to be a god.
I know I'm not your friend.
If I don't need your help,
from helping you.
That doesn't mean anything to me though, because I don't want your help.
That's fine.
That's just I don't want the fucking help.
I'm just saying that if I was in the same position you were in, I'd be honest to you. I wouldn't.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic, but you're not. You're not, and that means nothing. That ultimately means nothing. You hold no precedence in my life. You're the one who you want people to see us talk on stream, and then when we talk, you get shaky. It's like I don't understand.
I'm always like this.
No, you said remember the last video.
The same person.
Yeah, the last video he was actually incredibly confident.
No, this is different. Some about this is fucking different. It's just there's a shakiness to it.
I'm not mad at you, Rogue. I've been trying to tell you that.
You're not mad at me,
now.
but that's why
He sounded mad in
when
both
somebody
the
else was
previous
talking
video
about you
and
on the Twitter shit, and then you got pissy, and then you wanted to fucking debate. I just thought it was fucking dumb, man. Just be the bigger man and fucking block me if I'm that such a bad guy. You brought it up. You brought it up. Whose idea was all this shit?
I said I wanted to talk to you, Rogue.
And you brought up doing it live. I didn't want to fucking talk to you, period.
To me privately.
Because I'm not obligated to you. You're not my fucking girlfriend, and I'm not your girlfriend because you don't have one fucking period, man. I don't owe you anything.
I chose in my relationship, Rogue. I chose to move back down here with my money.
That's fantastic. What little money you fucking got. I didn't want to do anything with you because you owe nothing to me and I owe nothing to you.
I'm not saying you owe anything to me, Rogue. I'm just saying that some honesty goes a long way.
So fucking what? I don't have to be honest with you because I don't fucking talk to you on a daily basis. I don't see you
every single day. Well, if you want to say that you lie to me publicly, you can go ahead and say that.
What was the lie? What did I lie about? Which thing?
You kept avoiding me instead of just talking to me.
How is that a lie? How is not doing anything lying?
You just said that you don't have to be honest to me.
Yeah, I don't have to be honest to you because I don't talk to you every day. And I'm being honest with you right now because I never want to fucking do a show with you again. Never.
Okay, that's fine.
That's ever. And quite frankly, I think you even wanting to be here on this shit was fucking stupid. And you wanting me to come to your fucking show is fucking stupid. This entire thing is fucking stupid.
Well, that's fine.
This is fucking stupid,
that's
man. Like,
fine.
ultimately, what was gained by wanting to even do this live?
Just subtle things. That's all.
What does that do? Because all it does is just invite people to.
It's funny because this reminds me a lot of Zango.
It does.
Because really, Zango will shit talk his friends all the time, but when they confront him, he won't. He'll and confront him and threaten to leave. It's like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, literally, just like it's like when he like literally will he will talk down to them. He will be just the biggest tumor on society. But then when they actually stand up, he tries playing victim, and then he goes like, no, please don't leave me.
Don't leave me, Rogue.
Don't leave me, Rogue. And like we actually saw a very good demonstration of that in 225 at Night episode 3. If you haven't already seen that.
Yeah, no, if that I would say is the best episode so far.
Oh yeah, of course.
Definitely, if you want to go watch that. Not right now, of course. We still have stuff to cover. So.
Yeah, of course. We have much stuff to cover right now. Anyways, let us continue.
Come and watch. What does that solve? Ultimately, what was your goal?
I'm hoping that we can continue to talk. I don't see anything as over with yet. If you want to talk more about stuff, I'm open to continue talking.
This is just, it's fucking stupid. I'm honestly, I am beyond confused why this even needed to happen.
Because
I've been flabbergasted. Yeah. And the reason
Dillin says it's not over. I don't see this as over. When Rogue was like, dude, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, no, literally. This is literally Zango moment 101.
Yep. Anyways, continue.
It's not over. This has been over since the beginning. I don't want to talk to you. Anyway,
like I said several times, why I don't talk to you is because you're not my friend. We don't do business, and I've got other people I'm going to fucking talk to. I'm more interested in talking to the people I care about.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying that you could have handled things more maturely than you did, and you still could handle things more maturely than you are.
That's okay, Dillin, and you could handle your shit more maturely, but when you try to do that, you cry on stream like you did 2 months ago. Come on.
Yep. I had a mental breakdown on that stream.
You had a mental breakdown? You're fucking stream.
I'm not going to excuse it. I'm not going to excuse it. I was going through a rough part of my life.
This is on the same level of irate gamer, like messing up the word frustrations as frustrations.
Excuse.
Excuse. Ignorant of the law is not an excuse. That's literally. Alright, let's go before I go into laughing fit.
Oh, boo fucking who?
I'm not asking for a sob. I'm not asking.
That's why. Oh, you're not asking for pity. That's why you cried on stream.
I'm not asking for pity, Rogue. If I was asking for pity, I would be trying something right now.
That's why you're talking about it. Feel sorry for me. This is my excuse.
You asked me, Rogue. I'm telling you the context to what you asked me about. Can I not give context?
I just don't really fucking care, Dillin.
Yeah.
Rogue didn't ask. Rogue mocked him for it. He didn't ask.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways, continue.
You fucking, everything you say, it's, oh, and not me, I didn't do nothing. No responsibility.
I just said it was me, Rogue. I was in a bad place in my life, and I fucked up.
Okay,
I said
congratulations. And you keep talking about how I'm unprofessional. I understand that. But this is how I do things. This is how I do things on my channel. You have a way you do things.
If I have a problem with someone, I tell them about it instead of avoiding them and talking behind their back.
Because if someone has a problem with you, you have fucking drama with them, Dillin.
If you had a problem with me, you could have just told me.
You would have fucking cried and made an ordeal out of it. It's fucking funnier that way.
Which you did.
Why do you care what I say? Why do I hold so much of a fucking presence in your life where you're worried about what I'm talking about?
I'm not worried what you're talking about, Rogue.
You're not worried what I'm talking about? Then what are you doing here?
I would rather end things than continue having some type of petty squabble with you, Rogue.
What am I going to get out of settling things with you? What do I earn from this?
You earn nothing. I'm just saying that it's beneficial for both of us.
I earn nothing, but then it's beneficial to me. Okay.
I'm saying it doesn't help anybody by continuously jabbing at each other. I don't.
No, it helps me because I find it entertaining. Is the thing.
Well, I'm just trying to meet some middle ground here, Rogue.
I'm not obligated to give you any fucking middle ground. You talk this big game on. You talk this big game on Twitter, and then nothing's happening, man.
I've told you
the easiest thing you could have done is just shut the fuck up and leave me alone. And
that's the easiest thing you could have done.
But I would have gotten bored of the fucking jokes. But you know what? That's why when I'm doing my streams and I'm getting at least a minimum of $300, $400 each time, I'm making jokes and people are laughing.
I don't have to brag about my income, Rogue.
But that's why I do what I do. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do because I have fun doing it and it makes me money.
You're really insecure. Yep. It sounds like you're really.
I'm insecure. You're right, Dillin. You got me.
The guy who literally sounds like he's about to cry is calling Rogue insecure.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Rogue's the insecure one, but this guy talked so much game and sounds like he's gonna cry.
Yeah, clearly. Oh man, let's go.
I have monetization on it because I'm insecure.
When I had a girlfriend and when I had all the stuff that I had, did I brag about it to you?
There's really nothing to brag about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
because
I'm saying.
if a relationship fails, what's there to fucking brag about? It didn't succeed.
When it was succeeding, I wasn't bragging about it.
It succeeded so hard that it failed.
Yeah, Captain Hindsight. What I'm saying is that bragging about it isn't going to do anything. It just shows that you're insecure about yourself, Rogue.
Dillin, you asked me why I do what I do, and I told you. It's because I make money doing what I do, and I enjoy it.
Right.
You were bragging about your money before I asked anything.
Yeah, because everything I do is better than you.
Okay, you can hold that opinion.
Shit, thank you for the drink.
You're welcome. Dinner will be ready soon, too.
Sounds good, thank you.
Bye.
Hello.
Right, take the dog.
Come on, let's go.
Don't you miss that, Dillin?
Don't just blow and roll. Don't you miss
that was the sickest flex I have ever seen. Oh no, Rogue! Oh my God, Rogue! That was amazing. Okay.
And dude, Swagmaster. I don't know about Genshin, but Dillin certainly wastes a ton of money on Fortnite.
Yeah, basically Genshin Impact is Breath of the Wild, but as a gacha game. So yeah, he probably plays Genshin.
I don't know necessarily what he plays, but I know he plays Fortnite and wastes hundreds of dollars on skins.
I would not be surprised, but yeah, that was actually just okay. So Rogue's girlfriend walked in, right? Handed him something and said dinner will be ready in a few moments. When she left, Rogue's just like, "Do you miss this? Is this what you miss?"
I think we need to play it again, honestly.
Yeah, let's rewind. Okay.
And I enjoy it.
You were bragging about your money before I asked anything.
Yeah, because everything I do is better than you.
Okay, you can hold that.
Oh
opinion.
shit! Thank you for the drink.
You're welcome. Dinner will be ready soon too.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Bye.
Hello.
Take the dog.
Come on.
Hello.
Let's go.
Don't you miss that, Dillin?
Okay, let's just go.
And just how he says hello is before that happens.
Oh yeah, it's like Dylan's desperate. It's like hello.
Anyways, let's continue. Finally.
Let's go. Yeah.
I chose my relationship.
I'm sure
I
you
wanna
did.
be on my own, Rogue.
I'm sure you did.
did.
That's why you cried.
I didn't cry about Taylor once. I moved
Yes,
to
he
Oklahoma
did.
because I
Yeah,
wanted
he
to.
did.
I put my money into moving back here.
So
Why
you made a
is it
bad
so hard
decision
for
and
you to
cried.
believe? Why is it so hard for you to believe that I wanted something else out of my life?
You see why we should have had a moderator
Because
do it?
Taylor broke up with him.
Yep, Taylor broke
What a
up with
fucking
him.
joke.
I feel like that this is going nowhere, Rogue.
You're right. It is absolutely going nowhere. It's got something in common with your channel. I'm glad you can laugh about that. Cry about it on stream afterwards.
No, I'm not going to cry about it, Rogue. Like
I gotta ask
said,
you though,
I'm
what's
not
that
mad at
Grindr
you.
account? Why do you have an active Grindr account?
Well, I
Tell me
can
if we
tell
can
you
match.
that. I exposed a pedophile, and they thought it was funny to sign my email up for a bunch of shit.
You know,
And
for an
I
active
decided-
account, it has to be authorized by an
You
email
know,
that's sent to
it's
verify,
not
right?
authorized.
It is.
No, it isn't. It's
It is.
not authorized.
It's
It says
authorized.
The email.
You have a
says the
Grindr
email-
account, Dylan.
It says the email.
Top or bottom?
It's not active.
Oh my
You
God.
know that, Rogue.
Sure it
You
isn't.
resort
Sure it isn't.
because you're trying to
Sure
make
it
some
isn't.
type of joke out of this.
Sure it isn't.
I came here to talk to you reasonably. I did so. I didn't spurg out on you. I didn't freak out on you.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going.
Yeah,
to
that's why you raised
cry.
your voice. Go ahead and cry, Dylan.
I didn't raise.
Have
my
fun,
voice,
Dylan.
Rogue.
Have fun in fucking
Okay.
Tulsa.
Okay, I
Don't
am
cry
having
about it.
fun.
Alrighty, so he was done with that.
All right, yeah. So that was the end of that segment of the stream. So notice, okay. So Dillin Thomas said before, right, that the stream segment would allegedly like run for like an hour or so.
It lasted 20 minutes.
It was only 20 minutes, so he only got like a third of the way through, and he's just done.
And dude, Lagmaster, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah, no, Dillin legitimately like. I think we talked about this earlier, right? Where he did something that was verbatim Eggman's announcement.
Yep. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, the dude that Dillin exposed was literally with his ex.
Yeah, literally.
And and that is when he exposed him.
Yep.
That was literally when.
Yep. But yeah, this just put back up the nice image for a second.
The nice image, yes.
Because now we have to get on some things further. Well, actually, not really. The next image is fine, but wait till we switch to it.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah. So this stream broke Dillin.
Mm-hmm.
This stream absolutely broke Dillin. And because of it, he stopped making lolcow content, at least temporarily. We'll get to that later, but he was already making comic book content at this point, like just covering comics and Linkara as Lightbringer. But then he started pivoting only to making comics content. The only lolcow adjacent thing he was covering was Linkara's Lightbringer comic.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And yeah, I couldn't find the announcement video, but this is the next best thing, as shown here.
Yeah, of course. Let me go ahead and bring that up. There you go.
Yep. And as shown here, I think you should read it since you have the better Dillin Thomas voice.
Yes, of course. The 2-month transformation of the channel is now done. I have renamed the channel to Comics Code. I want it to be obvious that the main thing this channel will be focusing on is comics. We will still be doing bad fanfic and bad creepypasta readings once a week, but every other video will be comic book or superhero related in some way. I have removed the remaining old videos from my channel, and will re-upload them later when I have the time to do it.
Yeah, that was the explanation of the giant Social Blade drop.
Yeah, that's why there was a big drop in Social Blade initially.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was bleeding subscribers at this point. He was absolutely hemorrhaging them, and there wasn't much that could be done by Dillin because, well, Dillin fucked up completely. He nuked his future growth for a niche market thing because there was only a few people didn't watch him for his Christian content.
Yeah, so really, like, not only did he absolutely humiliate himself on stream, but he also nuked a lot of the videos on his channel, which is bad for the algorithm.
Nuked over 10 million and 10 million worth of views, and he alienated his audience. But yeah, he wanted to rebrand as this Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Rogers of the internet. And because of that, because of that, people didn't like that, considering how much of a dick he is, and how much of this was an obvious facade.
Yeah.
So they started compiling videos of him saying neighbor, the N word. I'm just going to refer it to as neighbor. So far, and they compiled these videos. So, however, because of that, and Dillin not wanting to ruin his image, he flagged one of these videos down by one of the A-logs known as Dillin Dumbass.
Yep, that's right, ladies and folks. Dillin Thomas pulled a Quantum TV and took down criticism of his content.
This was before Quantum TV, though. So
yeah, this was pre-Quantum TV, so this is probably more like he pulled a Derek Savage.
Yeah, no. Or an Ethan Ralph or Mundane Matt.
Mundane Matt is definitely the best example here.
Yeah, but yeah, so he flagged down this person who just clipped Dillin saying neighbor. So, and Dillin, and this caused outrage, not just from A-logs, but the few remaining fans who stuck with him, because he made such a big deal about being flagged by AWF. But now he's flagging people for no reason. So
he became the very thing he swore to destroy.
Yep. And
really pulled the Revenge of the Sith.
However, Dillin would then provide a response video to this, though it's not a response to the flagging, as we will see.
Yes, this is an apology for racism.
Hello. Yep. Today we are going to be having a very serious discussion.
It was better.
This is a discussion I planned on having in a much bigger video after I had started receiving my therapy, but because it's being dragged out into the spotlight recently, I've decided to talk about it now. Now, I am aware that talking about it is exactly what the people who are harassing me wants me to do. I am going to talk about it because I want to, and I am going to try my hardest to not make any excuses.
Excuses.
Justify my
ignorant
actions.
Of the law is not an excuse.
There is no justifying my
hey, you did pull a Derek Savage, so it makes sense.
What I did was wrong, and there's nothing I can do to fix it. So, for those of you guys who have watched my channel for years now, you will know that I covered edgy content for years. I covered edgy content from,
would you say Christian content is edgy?
2018 to really? 2021. That time period may be a bit off, but that's how I remember it. And when you're hanging around with edgy crowds, you end up picking up edgy mannerisms. And that can be said for anybody who is a part of these communities, anybody who is a part of the culture.
Pause
I
for a
covered
second.
people
yes.
I would say I'm arguably a part of the same culture Dillin is, and I have no desire to spout slurs on 225 at night.
Yeah, please don't.
You are a neighbor, Delta.
How dare you? Anyways, continuing on.
Christian, I covered people like Richard Kuda. I covered infamous people and I hung around with even more infamous people who said and did a lot of terrible stuff.
Yeah, and you didn't expose them until they fucked your girlfriend.
That ended up rubbing off on me.
You did an Eggman's announcement to expose him.
Yep.
I started to pick up the mannerisms and behaviors of other people. And because of that, I said words that I now disagree with. And as of recently being January, I was starting to do it a bit beforehand.
Yeah,
but
I wonder what happened in
is
January.
when I really started to remove these words from my vocabulary.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the Rogue stream happened in January. It's just to show how much that broke him.
Wow, yeah, that, like, if that stream where he humiliated himself got him to the point where he's talking with no other audio in the video, where he's got his avatar like this with his eyes covered and all, and his mouth in an X.
Yep, that stream broke him completely.
Like, yeah, he got utterly destroyed in that stream, but, like, you can move on from that. You can move on from that. It's gonna be hard to, but yeah, you can. Anyways, let's go. What's up?
I was just agreeing with you to continue.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're probably wondering by what words I mean. I know you know the main one, but let's start with
yes.
This apology was directly in response to him flagging shit down about him saying slurs. It wasn't and this was posted in response to him flagging shit down, and not to someone accusing him of racism or anything.
Yeah, so really it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, his whole audience wanted to see him. His remaining audience wanted him to see him apologize for
saying slurs.
No, not even that. They wanted him to apologize for flagging shit down, because that's why people were upset with him, not because he said neighbor or anything like that. It was because he resorted to flagging someone down because he didn't want something to be out there. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's continue.
Let us continue.
Some more. I have started to remove the F slur from my vocabulary. I started to lighten up on the R slur.
Lighten up.
That one's going to be really hard because I've been saying that one since I was a kid, but I am trying to lighten up on it. And majorly...
Yeah, he's making excuses right now.
Excuses.
It's excuses. It's an excuse. Also, crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Let's just continue.
I have completely avoided saying the N-word. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I've decided to change my language, why I've decided to do this.
Because he wants to be Mr. Rogers.
I am not doing this to virtue signal.
You cannot out Rogers,
and I'm
the
not
master.
saying that people can't say these words. What I'm saying is that I've gotten at a point to where I no longer find it funny to say these words. I think it's try hard to say these words, and I no longer want to say these words. If I think something is really stupid, I'll call it stupid instead of the R word. If I think something is really lame, I'll come up with a different word than the F slur.
Or just say it's lame.
There's no reason.
Who uses
the F
friend?
slur?
Who uses friend? I'll say it in place to call something lame. I get some people say gay as to say in place of lame, but no one says friend in place of lame.
Yeah,
that's so friend.
That's so friend, man. Oh my goodness.
That person is so friend. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, like total friend. Actually, that one kind of works.
That one works.
That one works. Okay, never mind. All right. Anyways, let us go.
Yeah.
To say the N-word at all. So, let me explain to you guys why I have said the N-word. And yes, I have said the N-word before. I'm not going to deny it. It is something
because
I
you
have
wanted
done.
to be edgy.
The one time I used it on Twitter, was when someone brought it up to me and called me their N-word with an A at the end.
Neighbor.
So I
Neighbor.
said it back
Neighbor.
in return in a joking manner. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
it was wrong.
Dillin is saying that, but he used someone said, "What is up, my neighbor?" And Dillin responded with, "Not much," something along the line of "Not much, my neighbor." So hard R
with the hard ER, yeah.
Yeah, hard ER of neighbor. So
well, there you go.
So that's what he's trying. So even there, he's trying to downplay it. Like I said, I don't see anything inherently wrong with comedy that uses it, but you can be perfectly funny without using it. So
yeah, really, it just depends on the context in which you're using any word, really.
Yeah. But I would agree it is extremely try hard, and it doesn't make you automatically funny to use said words.
Yeah, of course. But you have to make it funny.
But remember, this is his response to flagging down a video of him saying neighbor.
Yeah.
That's what people wanted him to apologize for.
Not for him saying it in the first place, but for him flagging down someone clipping him saying the word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
Wrong to do it, and I regret doing it. And the other times were two examples on YouTube. One time, I was in a call talking to a moderator who banned me from a server, and he told me that I had been banned because I said the N-word with a hard R in the server. And during that stream, I said the N-word with a hard R to tell him I did not say that in his server, and I had not called anyone in his server.
Yeah.
He was like, I never said neighbor in the server. I never said neighbor. That was how it was.
Yeah, so pretty much like, he was in the, keep in mind, he was in the middle of streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, and he was trying to get a ban appealed, and then he says that.
And he says that on YouTube, where that word is strictly forbidden.
No, regardless of that, if it's strictly forbidden. He said that in appealing a ban about him saying neighbor. So.
Yeah, so, like, come on, man, just...
What are you doing?
What are you doing, my guy? Fix your brain.
For that.
Anyways, let's continue.
Now, I should have just said the N-word, and looking back on it, I regret saying the actual word. But I did say it, and no matter how much I apologize, no one's ever going to forgive it, and no one's ever going to forget about it. It's the internet.
I don't think he needs the forgiveness of anyone, but no one's going to forget it because you're making such a big deal out of it here.
Yeah, really.
When you're responding to someone flagging it down, it's called the Streisand effect. You flag down someone's video of you saying it, and then you're drawing more attention to that without addressing the fact you flag someone's video down. So
yeah, exactly.
And we're getting that fight furious.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who hates you will always dig up anything on you and will try to paint you as the worst version of yourself that you can be.
No one was doing that.
So let me get to the other example of me using the...
Well, people were no one was doing that to do that. It was just to show, hey, this is Dillin. How long is he going to pretend to be Mr.
Nice Guy?
Yeah, Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Rogers, and he could have proven him wrong, but by doing this, by flagging someone down and not addressing it, he proves someone right.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, come on, you gotta acknowledge your past mistakes. Like, let's look at another example of a person who's often looked at as a saint, Bob Ross. In his time, he was a drill sergeant. Yeah, he was a very different person back then to who he was when he made paintings.
I wouldn't necessarily say being a drill sergeant is...
It's not bad, of course.
Bad thing, but yeah, no. You have to acknowledge your past, sure, but he's acknowledging his past, and that's why I titled it Apology for Racism, because he's acknowledging his past to deflect the fact he false flagged someone. It's not... in that way, it's not a genuine apology because he's doing this to try and save face for another incident. So,
Yeah, really. Just, like, come on, dude.
The N-word. The other example, and there's probably more examples of it, is just when people in the chat were telling me to say it, and then I would say it just to get them to stop telling me to say it. These guys in the chat, when you do this type of content, they are shock jocks themselves. They're people who want to get you in trouble, and they're people who are planning to get you in trouble later. So they'll get you to say something offensive, and then they'll...
Go ahead.
No, these people are people who want you to be edgy, and if you and not spurg out while you're reporting on other spurgs. So
yeah, it's like these. It's
I don't think anyone was goading him into saying neighbor to get him in trouble. So
yeah, and really it's like here's the thing, right? Like the person he's trying to be now, where he's like, this super nice, wholesome dude, was way different from the audience that he had built up, which mainly consisted of Kiwi farmers, 4chaners, etc.
Well, mainly, it was mainly people who were on the farm, who were adjacent to the farms culture. Not people who browsed the farms, but who wanted to get the content downstream, either because they didn't know or didn't want to go on the farms to find it. So
yeah,
and those types of people those people will turn on you in the event that you spurg out. So don't spurg out.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep a level head and make sure that you maintain a level of professionalism when you're doing this sort of thing.
Exactly.
I don't know if we would necessarily say that we're professional, of course, but at least I wouldn't say that either of us really spurged out on stream.
Yeah, no. If someone comes to us and tries to get us to do something, or confronts you with the Blue Star Night, I don't think you would spurg out about it.
Yeah, no, like I would acknowledge, I was a complete and utter jerk back then. I was,
and you made an ass of yourself.
I did, yeah, I totally did.
So yeah, like I said, you just handle what you've done in your past, and you take it in strides.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, you're not wrong, Viperius, but it's even worse because this was all to deflect him flagging someone down falsely.
Yeah. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So really, he should have been apologizing for false flagging when he had said he's just apologizing for saying some naughty words.
Yep.
Anyways,
when no bit and pretend like you're.
No one asked him to apologize for that. Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, let's go.
Racist or whatever to get you fired from whatever job you have, or try to
what job
you later on, because these people are just that way. There's no stopping them. They're always going to do this type of shit, and they're doing this type of shit to me now.
No,
when I did read these,
no, they were laughing at you, or they were categorizing all your lies and laughing at you.
Yeah,
you're a lolcow, Dillin. I know you Google your name, so there's a non-zero chance you watch this, and probably watch this, and even less chance you watch this far. But if you are listening, you're a lolcow. People want to laugh at you. They don't want to get you off the internet forever. They want to point and laugh. And you dying in a gutter in Tulsa isn't something you can point and laugh at. So
yeah, really, it's like. Yeah, it's like when in Harry Potter, like when Hagrid tells Harry Potter, it's like, you're a lolcow. You're a lolcow, Dillin.
Yeah, no, really, there is the only reason these people were interested in following him is because he continued to spurg out in spite of trying to keep this Mr. Rogers facade. He would respond to things, and like Viperius said, he would make since it's coming up anyways in chronologically, he would at one point he offered 2 Patreon tiers to redo his Sonichu reviews, and you had to pay $100 for them. You had to pledge $100 to get the Sonichu review remade that he made with Jesse Pajamas and took down. So
wow, why would you pay $100 for some dude on the internet to review Sonichu?
You wouldn't, you wouldn't, because you could just go watch Bredaniel's review.
Yeah, watch Bredaniel. He makes a great reading of the entire Sonichu series. Well, not the entire thing, but is it the entire thing?
I believe it's the entire thing up to now.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, the whole thing. He does a reading of Sonichu of the entire thing.
Yeah, and which isn't even said to the old series, and now Dillin wanted you to pay $100 for a reboot.
Yeah, so like it's Mighty Number 9 all over again. Yeah. Anyways, let's go.
These words, I always specified that it's not a big deal. The word only has power if you give it power, and that I've never used it in a hateful manner. I now see that it doesn't matter if I use it in a hateful manner. People are so offended by the word that just acknowledging its existence as a word hurts people.
Pause it real quick.
Just acknowledge.
Jojo, no, Sonichu isn't going on because Chris Chan is in jail for raping his mother.
Yeah, Sonichu is effectively done. It is effectively canceled because of both Chris's laziness, but also he's in jail.
Yeah, he wasn't making it when he was out of jail, and now that he is in jail, he's not going to make it now because he can't.
Yeah, he can't anymore. Anyways, let us continue.
Acknowledging its existence as a word causes offense, even if you're not targeting that word at anybody in particular.
Funny
and
thing,
I want to say this now.
Yeah.
He is making excuses. He is making excuses.
He is making excuses.
Yeah,
let's go.
For the N-word in particular, for the people who I may have offended by my usage of it, just know I never intended to offend you with it, and I only ever used it to try to point out how you shouldn't be afraid to use language. But I am sorry if I did offend anybody with my usage of that word.
Yeah.
Oh, people who are going to be offended regardless. I didn't intend to offend you. I was just trying to say how you shouldn't be offended. But I'm sorry. That is literally what he said.
He literally took the Blizzard approach. We're sorry you feel that way.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh, no way. Oh, man. That's, yeah.
There was never a PewDiePie bridge moment with me. There was never a moment where I cracked down and called someone the N-word in anger, because I'm not that type of person, and I never will be that
Something
type
tells
of
me
person.
he probably would.
But I am deeply sorry.
If put down a peg on, like, the spectrum, he would be.
Yeah, no, definitely.
For anybody who I offended with my usage of the word. So, I would say that you have to look at the context of things as they were. There was plenty of people trying to fight for this free speech language back then. This is when iDubbbz went to Tanamongu.
And iDubbbz is a complete cuck now, so...
Yeah, well, that's what say, like, yeah, well, look how well that turned out for him.
Yeah, no, iDubbbz is a complete cuck who makes shitty content and is bossed around by his wife who does OnlyFans.
So
and he took her name too. So
yeah, he took the photos himself.
No, but he took her last name.
Oh, he took her last name. That oof. Big oofs.
Yep.
Big oofs in the chat. Let's go.
And said, say the N-word. This is where people back then were actually saying this word in videos to point out how people shouldn't be afraid to say the word. Things were far less sensitive back then. Things were far more edgy back then. Everyone was younger, and everyone made terrible mistakes. I'm sure if you asked...
Well, like I said, he's saying, oh, those were mistakes. I don't...
You're apologizing for the wrong mistake, my guy.
Yeah, no, you made a major mistake, and you're not apologizing for it. And...
Yeah, like saying the N-word, it can be a mistake to an extent, but that's not what people want you to apologize for. They want you to apologize for being a false flagging fatty.
Yeah, no, this was once again a response to him being a false flagging friend.
Oh, yeah, I see what you did there. That's what I'm gonna use from now on, actually. All right. Anyways, let us continue.
iDubbbz now, he would say that he regrets doing that type of stuff. I'm sure if you ask anybody in the commentary community or in whatever community who's moved on since then, they would say that they regret it. I'm not trying to hide that I said it. One of the clips are up on my archive channel, and the other clip will be up on my archive channel.
Who's gonna watch that streams about Dillin Thomas getting unbanned from a Discord?
Yeah, like nobody. The only part that they're probably going to watch is him actually saying the word neighbor.
Yep. Which is why that guy clipped it out is so much more effective, because no one's gonna sit through it until to the point where Dillin says neighbor. So
yeah, they're just gonna watch the clip.
Yep.
Anyways, let us go.
I am mirroring the clips myself.
Also,
I am
if he thought it was
denying that.
Yeah.
Also, if he thought it was just this injustice, why is he mirroring?
Yeah, like why is he then committing an injustice by, flagging it down? Like, come on, dude. My guy.
That I said it. It doesn't bother me that I have said it. The only thing I am saying is that I regret saying it, and I won't say it in the future.
I'm so tempted to I can do 1.25 playback speed. Let me do that.
I do not try to appeal to these type of people, and I never will try to appeal to these type of people again. I want to do positive content. I want to aim for a more positive crowd, and I hope that the people who are offended by me using this word will forgive me for using this type of language, and just know going forward I am trying to be a more positive.
Yeah, no,
he's not going to take it down. So
yeah,
positive person, and I'm trying to change myself. But I also need some leeway in needing people to know that even though I am changing, that won't change what I've done in the past. I can't rewrite history. I can't change the past.
He really likes
what has
to try.
been done has been done.
Yeah, he really... If he had a time machine, he would be going back and just telling him, no, do not go on that stream with Rogue. Don't go on that stream with Rogue. Stop talking now. I'd still be making so
many money. I'd still be able to make money if I didn't... So don't go on the stream.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't go on the stream, I can still make money. Please don't do this.
Yeah, no. But he did, and he fucked everything up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's not even that he humiliated himself. It's just the fact that, he then nuked everything afterwards.
Yeah, how he took the humiliation was more than the humiliation itself. So
yeah, it's not about the humiliation itself. It's how you take the humiliation. Yeah. Like, for example, like me. I humiliated myself, and you know what I did? I just kept going on and moved on like it was like
yeah.
Like it was
now
nothing.
We laugh at it like every other stream. So
yeah, pretty much we laugh at it every other stream. Yeah. Anyways, let us continue.
Be done. But hopefully you guys found this video informative. It's going to be kind of mirrored later on in a different video, so just know I'm going to go deeper into this discussion way later on when I'm in a better headspace. But yeah, I've said the word. I regret saying these type of words, and I'm not going...
Yeah, that's basically the end of the video. I don't think we need to see any more.
But yeah, that follow-up video never came out. And the funny thing is, after this, he says, oh, I'm going to do a whole week of apologies to everyone I've wronged.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I shit you not. It's there.
Wow, that is funny.
Yeah, he didn't do it, though.
Of course.
He never apologized to anyone ever again.
Yeah, because he completely failed the first time because he apologized for the wrong thing.
Yep. Remember, go back to the last...
yeah, this one right here. Yeah. This is what he should have been apologizing for.
Yep. All he could have done is, here's how I would do it if I was him. I would reinstate the video. I would put out an apology saying, I may not, and assuming I was genuine with the Mr. Rogers Act, which he wasn't, I'm sorry for false flagging. I did that in a moment of weakness. I don't want this to be a part of me. I don't avow this behavior anymore, and I'm not going to do it for going forward as well. But I understand that people are going to clip it and are going to follow, and it's going to follow me around. But just know I made a mistake in flagging it down. but but at the same time, I'm never gonna say neighbor again.
There you go. That's what it should have been. It would have been really short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But like I said, this was all deflection, so.
Mm-hmm. This is all. It really was just all deflection, and it was like, and his and the way that Dillin Thomas apologized, and how poorly he did it, was of course mocked by many other people to the point where a parody channel was made, which is called Liquid Dillin, in a very similar vein to Liquid Chris.
It was made, and then Dillin flagged it down, or he claims that a fan did it on his behalf, but it was more than likely him.
Yeah, it was him. I think it was him.
Yeah, he never showed his flagging history after this, so.
Yeah, so there you go. Hashtag show us the flagging history, Dillin.
Anyways, yeah, continue playing.
All right, so this is a parody of a Dillin Thomas apology.
It's a parody.
Hey guys, Dillin here, back for another apology video since it is still Apology Week. Now, to cut to the chase, I used to be a prevalent user of the N-word. Now I'd like to say that that's not me anymore. I've changed. I'm a new Dillin. I'm in Comics Code. I make videos about comic books, and, well, most recently, apologies. I didn't realize at the time that the N-word wasn't just a word, apparently.
Apparently.
In my opinion, if you ask me, it is, and you should just be able to go around saying it. But, to ease cancel culture, I'd like to apologize to all my black brothers out there, all my Africans, and to say that I'm with you, and that I'm okay with you guys. Anyways, that was it for the video, and bye.
And then this was just Dillin's outro, and it's longer than the whole video.
Yeah, it's longer than the entire video. Actually, not in this case, but normally it's longer than the entire video. It's honestly funny. But yeah, I think you get the gist of it.
Yeah, so, like I said, this got flagged down. Various other people, such as Marshall Nerd, were making videos on Dillin and his antics, and like Viperius said, the whole thing with him charging to remake his Sonichu reviews, despite not swearing off making lolcow content, despite not really, as he was still reviewing the Lightbringer. So
yeah, of course.
As honestly, the Lightbringer was the only thing still getting a lot of views. Everything else was dwindling except his crappy pasta, but it was the only thing consistently breaking 1,000 views until it didn't. So
yeah,
but yeah, all this heat was on him to the point where Mr. Medicare, who was doing the Year of the Chud at the moment, even considered covering him briefly.
Maybe, I've been thinking too about maybe covering, this isn't really like recent news, Year of the Chud stuff, but maybe going over the story of Dillin Thomas, or as I like to call it, the man who has to suck dick to get the man who has to suck dick to eat birdseed. Might be a cautionary tale for up and coming YouTubers. Might be something you might be interested in. I don't know yet. I haven't really nailed that down 100%, but I find it a fascinating story of somebody's career imploding after making terrible decisions. So we'll see. But that's the stuff to look forward to in April.
Yeah, so like I said, this was all happening in March. He rebranded once more to being Frosty DT. Mm-hmm. And he started a show with his new girlfriend, Lava. Those episodes are lost now, unfortunately. However, shortly after this, he would make his big leaving the internet post, as we'll see here.
Yes. So Dillin here says, "This is the last post. Am I making online?"
Am I already off to a great start?
Good job, Dillin. Good job. Anyways,
is this the last post you're making online?
This is the last post you're making online. All right.
And he can't even proofread it.
He can't even proofread it.
You know what? To be fair, he has dyslexia. So
okay, yeah, all right. We'll give him that. We'll give him that.
Yeah, but we're still gonna mock him.
Yeah, we're still gonna mock him because honestly, he deserves it. Yeah. For years, I spent my time making money off of mocking people. I always justified it by saying to myself that it's okay to harass bad people. I used this justification for years and built myself up a decent following being a terrible person. Last year, I not only found out that Chris did awful things to his mom, but that the trolls who talked him into it were fans of mine.
No, they weren't.
No, they were not.
Bella was not an avid Dillin Thomas stan. Bella just may have watched Dillin's videos, but I wouldn't call her a fan. She was also the girl who boiled hamsters, by the way.
Yeah, so she's pretty messed up on her own.
Yeah, but either way, I wouldn't say she was a big fan of yours, Dillin.
Yeah. Anyways, this made me start to question what I had been doing with my life. I stated to look inward and try to fix what was wrong with my life. I didn't like being in California, so I left it and went back home.
Or like Taylor broke up with you and you couldn't afford to live anywhere but Tulsa.
Yeah. I didn't like the way my relationship was going, so after talking things out, me and Taylor split ways. After 3 long years of being together.
Sense, because they split ways before he left from California, so...
Yeah, like, come on, dude. I reflected more on the mistakes I had made and tried to right them. I knew Jesse Pajamas did messed up things and chose to stay quiet so that my friends and fans wouldn't turn on me.
Yep. There's the admission. He didn't do this until... He didn't do this. He didn't expose Jesse when he knew because clout.
Yeah, literally because clout. So, Zanko, if you're watching this, yeah. Anyways, this was wrong. I spoke with the victims and did all I could to bring their stories to light.
Only after his fans were harassing you and he cucked you.
Yeah, exactly. Only after he peed on your wife.
Yep.
Exactly. I thought more about how many times I let things slip. Yeah, you let things slip, all right.
Yep. He let a few neighbors slip out of his mouth.
Not only that, but he literally broke down on stream and called out his fans. He let that slip.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right. Anyways, how many times I ignored something because a friend asked me to, and this made me realize that I didn't deserve to expose people anymore. I thought I could hang up my old content and move on. But ironically, the audience...
you thought you were you got yelled at by Rogue, and you were so terrified you stopped making it.
Yeah, literally, that's what it was. But ironically, the audience I had made decided that now I was a bad person, and that I deserved to be harassed.
No, they decided that you were a Spurg, and you were funny to poke and watch.
Yeah. The harassment carried on for 4 months, non-stop. I had people sign me up for, certain websites.
Yeah, Grindr.
Yes.
It may or may not be his, we don't know.
We do not know for sure. Then act like I had the account myself. I had people try to hack into my PayPal, try to dox my mom, dox me, and so much more.
They did dox his previous address.
Yeah, which, was wrong of them.
Yeah, but hey, that's what people do.
That is what people do. I tried to explain why they were mistaken. That caused more drama. I tried to do videos owning up for my mistakes. That caused more drama. And lastly,
You didn't do videos owning up for your mistakes, though. You didn't apologize to Shillin.
No, you didn't apologize to Shillin. Yeah, and literally, you didn't... And you promised a week of apologies, but you never did it.
Yep.
So, no, you didn't do any videos owning up for your mistakes.
One that was to deflect you, actually having to apologize for being a false flagging friend.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, I tried to just block everything out and ignore everyone. A fan of mine then took things into their hands and flagged down a troll account to mock me. It's at this point that I see things as the way that they are.
Why would it be... Well, yeah, he brushes it off as a fan, but he already established that he's willing to flag shit down, so...
Yeah, really, so... Yeah, like... Come on. There is no fixing things, and there is no moving on from my past, even if I try to right my wrongs. I have decided that I have lost too much and that the internet is not worth the trouble.
Sounds like Zango talking about models.
Yeah, no, really, it does sound like Zango talking about models. Zango moment.
Yeah, no, his whole life was the internet. He didn't even graduate high school. He just made Sonic videos. So
yeah, so really, yeah. I am moving on from YouTube, Discord, and all the things that are connected with it. I'm getting a real job and leaving the internet for good. Yeah, good luck. Good luck doing that without a high school diploma.
Yeah, good luck. I don't even think McDonald's hired him.
No, I don't think McDonald's would hire him if he didn't have a yeah. I'm pretty sure you don't get hired if you. I don't know though. It depends, I guess. I don't know. Can you get hired at McDonald's if you don't have a high school diploma?
Yeah, but the people with high school diplomas will be favored over you.
Obviously, yeah, of course. If there's don't fight for me, don't defend me, just move on. If there's a lesson to be learned, it's don't live with the mindset of being able to do wrong things for the right reasons.
That is actually good moral at the end, but
good moral, but it's rich coming from him.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. If you play dumb games, you will win dumb prizes, and I think that after everything I have done, I deserve the past 4 moths of harassment. So, these 4 moths that he is referring to, this is what he's referring to.
Yeah, the 4 moths.
The 4 moths of the 4 moths of the apocalypse. We have war, we have conquest, we have famine, and we have death. I will let you decide which ones are which.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways, back to the...
Let us continue. So, this server will now be deleted. A new one will not be made by me. And I think that's it, I believe? Yeah, that was it. Because this is just the moths.
Yep. Yeah, that's it for now. Yeah, that's it for the apology. So Dillin was going... this was Dillin leaving the internet forever, totally, guys.
Yeah, this is totally Dillin leaving the internet forever.
But something interesting happened. So Rogue, Internet Man, got blackmailed by this person named Wendy, and because he was just doing this for money, he briefly left the internet after being doxxed, and because of that, Dillin came back to Victory Lap. He made several videos on Rogue. He made several, and he joined one of Rogue's ex-moderators who left on bad terms, and stream and join the comment section, and this poster, Joe Swanson
from Kiwi Farms,
debunks it. So, can you do a Joe Swanson voice at all?
Oh yeah, that's one of my specialties.
Yeah,
there are some gems from one of the audio sources Dillin used, as he was actually in chat for one of them. Unfortunately, YouTube is being AIDS right now, so I'm having a hard time going through it. But if anyone wants to go looking, it's here. Anyways, here's some highlights I found in chronological order, starting at 56 minutes 28 seconds. If this is true, Dillin, why didn't you bring that up during the Sperg War with Rogue, only bringing up that you offered to help him with money? And then Dillin Thomas here says, Is there proof to the dog and doxing stuff? He faked being ill. He came up with a lot of lies to get out of it. He lied for months, then got mad when I ended the show. He refused to take the money I offered. I offered 50-50.
Well, like I said, why didn't you tell him, Rogue, to his face that he was faking being ill?
Yeah, you should have told that to his face. If you were that confident in it. And you're this confident in it now, so what the heck, man? Now when he's gone, it's like, oh, my time to shine. Anyways, odd. Rogue didn't seem to have a problem whatsoever with my Jewishness, which I was quite open with him about.
And then,
and then Dillin Thomas says, watch his debate with me. I call it out that I offered to pay. I was there for that.
And then this guy says, huh, wow.
And then Dillin Thomas says, he's actually anti-Semitic too.
So this Joe Swanson guy is Jewish, and he, and Dillin was calling him anti-Semitic, and Joe is like, no, I'm friends with Rogue. He never had problems with me being a Jew.
So there you go. Yeah. And here's Dillin being paranoid. And then Dillin Thomas says, "Did he run an op on me on a few months back? He had a lot of people who had issues with me on his server."
And this guy says, were you around when he ran ops on Skyling back in February/March? Yeah, that sounds like him.
Well, I wish you the best. I hope he stays gone.
I'm not good at this game, but I stick around talking to the YouTuber, so...
Yeah, talking to the YouTuber in this case. He seemed to chill at first, but once he passed me in views, he ghosted me, and after I broke up with my girlfriend, he started attacking me on his streams.
Only because you were shit-talking him in private.
Yep. And then Dream Smasher says...
Yeah. Honestly, I should have made he should have made the Discord a Patreon exclusive. Ironic considering that's what Dillin did and he killed it.
Yep. And then
Rogue's Discord was a cesspit of hive of scum and villainy. So
you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy than Rogue Man on the Internet's Discord server. Former Discord server, I guess.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
And
then Dillin says, "Do you have more recordings?" And then Joe Swanson says, "Exit out." Dillin Thomas says, "Look, I can be bad at times, but Rogue was a whole nother beast with how he manipulated dummies. The thread is fine, lol.
Yeah,
I'm not bothered by it."
Yeah, he's definitely not bothered by this thread.
Yeah, he's totally not bothered by the Kiwi Farms thread. Totally, guys. Totally, yeah.
Yep.
And then Joe Swanson says, "Dillin classically trying to make himself look better, leaving out the part where you called him a chicken if he wouldn't come to his channel, then groveling just to make up in DMs after agreeing to go on his show." And then Dillin Thomas says, "I baited him on Twitter to get into a real talk where he dropped his persona. He acted like behind the scenes that he would talk to me like a normal person, that it wouldn't be a debate. When we went live, he slipped right into character, pretended like I was crying, talked over me, and said it was a debate. He refused to talk to me on my channel."
And then he said, and Mr. Mock here says, "I saw him make you cry." Lol.
Yeah.
And then the Rat King, the giant rat that makes all the rules, says, as much as I want to doubt you, Dillin, it's plausible without evidence, though, because Dillin has no evidence.
Yeah, he has no evidence. Dillin says, "He was two-faced. He accused me of using him." So, yeah.
It's not surprising. Dillin uses and discards YouTube friends like they're napkins. So.
Yeah, so pretty rich coming from...
Actually,
Dillin.
Toilet paper. He wipes his ass with them and then discards them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he treats him like toilet paper. Anyways, then Joe Swanson says, "So Rogue is supposedly a piece of garbage, but his child-killing brother didn't deserve to be mocked. Really, really have your priorities straight there, Dillin." And then Dillin says, "I still think people went too far with his brother."
So, for reference, Rogue Internet Man, when he got doxxed, got exposed that his brother killed his own kid, and
oh my
yeah,
god,
no, yeah,
wow,
that was something Rogue never wanted to be exposed for obvious reasons, and people were saying, "Oh, Rogue's a monster because his brother killed his own daughter." So
Rogue is not his brother. What? Huh? That doesn't make any sense.
False equivalency. So
false equivalency, like no.
But yeah, Dillin would also go forward with making a bunch of videos dunking on Rogue before trying to revitalize his original Sonic content, under the guise of it was actually Alec making the videos. So,
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Those videos are all gone now because no one liked them and no one archived them. But he said, "Oh, it was Alec making these videos." So,
like Alec Benson Leary?
No, just some guy named Alec the Blue.
That's weird.
Yeah, no. When it was being posted, and he just said, "Oh, this was some random who started talking to me off it." Anyways, what's that last image there?
Oh, this is the
Oh, that's just something I found funny. I didn't actually want you to include that, but
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. Never mind then.
But yeah, he would eventually actually fully come out back.
Hey guys.
Yep.
And this is it.
And this is that video.
And look at the dislikes to dislikes. 300 to 360.
That's not good.
And that's YouTube dislike, which doesn't tell the full story. Return YouTube dislike, so that doesn't tell the full story. So
yeah, honestly, that's like
there's probably a lot more dislikes.
There probably is a lot more dislikes. Anyways, let us begin.
Dillin here.
Do we want to do this
Bet you guys
normal speed or
never
1.25?
expected to hear that again, but here we
1.25.
are.
Yeah, okay.
Today is my birthday, and I decided that I wanted to bring back this channel and try to make it work. Now, I know I've been gone for a while. A lot of personal stuff happened in my life.
Real quick.
A lot of changes.
This girl character here, that was his co-host and girlfriend Lava that he had in the last vestiges before he left during the Frosty DT stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Yep. Anyways, let's continue.
She's holding a Game Boy Advance.
This happened in my life.
I thought it was
and
some
those
kind of
changes
food.
made me really unstable. And
Look at the
I felt
fingers,
that it was best
though.
for me to leave.
They look kind of weird, yeah, don't they?
Think that it was extremely valid for everyone who called me out. It was extremely valid for everyone who made videos on me.
It looks like
everyone who was on forums talking about me. I always tried to hold people accountable, so when I had my issues, they held me accountable. I have since gone to therapy. I've gotten the medications I needed to mellow out, as you can tell by my voice, hopefully, and after spending half a year away from this channel, I feel like it's time to come back and do the usual shtick. Everyone is expecting Sonichu stuff, so I'm just going to say it now before we really get into this video. We are going to be doing Sonichu stuff again.
He's made one Sonichu video.
The elephant in in room is probably who the hell was...
He's made one Sonichu video, and the rest has... and most of the rest of his videos have just been clips from streams.
I see. So, yeah, no wonder he isn't really getting many views these days.
Oh, and the only other big videos are his archives of his old content, so...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe you should start, like, actually making content on your channel instead of clipping streams. Anyways, let us continue.
So, I left my channel to somebody at the beginning of this year when I decided to leave it, and, that somebody was a person going by the name of Alec. A lot of people speculated that Alec was me. I think if Alec was me, it would defeat the whole purpose of me walking away from the channel.
Well, that's because you didn't want to walk away, Dillin.
Yeah.
No one you're saying that assuming that your motive was genuinely to walk away. When we'll get to why he didn't actually want to walk away from the internet shortly.
Now, since everybody cares so much and that I'm coming back, it's safe to say who Alec was. So,
yeah.
He thought he would be received much better because Rogue was getting dunked on at the time, because no one knew what was going on. So
yeah, of course.
Who was Alec?
I was Alec the whole time.
Yes. I didn't trust myself with the channel. I was in a manic state of mind, and I had been thinking about deleting this channel a lot. Me and Lava had been dating at that point, and I thought it was best to just leave the channel with her. She's really liked the channel. She's been a fan of mine for years. She's someone that I've been
Wait, okay,
to.
Yeah, no, this is the age-old adage. Don't date your fans.
Yeah, don't fuck your fans. Don't fuck your fans.
That, yeah, of course. I just can't say the actual thing because PG House.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's falling into that trap.
Yeah, he fell into it twice because Merlot was his fan as well. So.
Oh no. So you know for a fact that like if some big scandal happens again, is she still with him actually? Is Lava still with him?
Yes, Lava is still with him to this day.
I guarantee you though, if he gets into like a big scandal again, she's gonna leave him.
Well, yeah, because he's going to turn into a monster.
Yeah, he's going to become Zengo, essentially.
Without the pedophilia.
What if he becomes that, though?
Who knows? I'm not going to... That would be a horrible turn of events. But...
That would be horrible, yeah. I hope he's not. I don't think he is. There's no evidence of that. But, yeah, I hope I hope Dillin Thomas doesn't end up like Zango Oshiba.
Yeah, hopefully not. Anyways, let's continue.
Let us continue.
Someone who encouraged me to go to therapy. She's someone who encouraged me to turn my life around. She's really been a major help to me, and I couldn't ask for anybody better in my life.
Oh, thank you, babe.
I trusted her with my channel, and I told her she could do whatever the hell she wanted with it.
Yeah, sure.
She decided to
do
what she did. I taught her how to edit. When she got heat, I did videos like interviewing her, so then people would know that she's a different person.
She had a heavy voice.
But the internet is the internet.
Yeah.
One, she had a heavy voice changer on, so you couldn't tell what she sounded like, really. And two, that doesn't prove anything, though. It was his girlfriend. His girlfriend supposedly had his channel. Sure, just like Zango's cousin was the one harassing Hat Sam Pixie.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. Yeah. Sure.
They came up with conspiracy theories that it was me somehow, with multiple different voice changers on, pretending to talk to myself.
You're in two places at the same time.
The reality of it is, it was a tiny woman, not me, talking to myself. But I don't expect anyone to believe that. I just wanted to get it out of the way immediately. So,
bamboozle.
I left
the way their
channel
mic sounds,
to
it makes
Lava,
it sound like they're in a gold
now,
source game.
I've gone through everything I needed to go through. I feel like I'm in a
Lava
stable mindset again.
Speaks weird and has a shitty mic. So
Dillin's got kind of a bad mic here too, actually.
Yeah, he does. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I can really come back to the channel. And one of the things I was really resenting before I left is that the Sonichu review I did is really outdated. Like, I don't agree with the humor that I did in the Sonichu review. I think that I could have done better in the Sonichu review, and I honestly think that a lot of the content I made before could have been done better. And so instead of just saying it could be done better, it should be done better.
Yeah, of course. Like, why? Yeah. Also, I keep forgetting that.
Listen to his mic. Listen to his mic, how it sounded now versus how it sounded years ago. It just sounds worse.
It does sound worse, yeah. Also, it's like, I keep thinking, it's like, oh, he's gotten a little bit better at speaking. He can speak faster now. Oh, wait, no, we're watching the video at 1.25 speed. So this is probably what he actually sounds like. Let's watch in normal speed for a bit.
We're gonna do it better. We're not gonna charge anything for it.
It sounds like
it's
it's
a terrible idea.
0.75.
We're going to redo
yeah,
the
okay, let's go back to
entire
1.25
Sonichu review from start to finish. I don't know if we're gonna review the fucking wacky past issue 10 stuff, but we're definitely going all the way to issue 10. When it comes to YouTube and stuff, I think that this will be the summing up of all this. I got in a terrible place this past year. I moved from California to Oklahoma. Me and my 3-year-long relationship ended. It ended pretty bad. I didn't even get most of my stuff back from California. I ended up having to hop from house to house. When I finally got an apartment,
he's describing this sad story with a smile on his face.
Yeah, no,
that's funny.
Because that apartment was incredibly outrageous.
Hey guys, I went through a period of my life where I suffered clinical depression and my wife left me, and my kids don't talk to me anymore.
Look at this big smile I have on my face.
Look at this big smile I have on my face. Oh man.
And
I lost my job.
I was having a lot of issues. I didn't really want to talk about it to anybody, but after taking all this time off and after really reflecting on what I wanted to do and who I am as a person, I feel comfortable coming back to doing content on here and being myself to you guys. Now, there are some stipulations, though. Some major stipulations.
The choir in the background sounds like the intro to Fly By Beautiful by Nightwish.
I am not bringing back a Discord server.
I guarantee I'm the only one to pick up on that.
I don't like people in Discord. No offense to anybody. It's a lot of work to deal with that shit, and it blows up in your face most of the time.
Yeah, I will not be trying to run one either.
Number 2, I am not opening a Twitter. I do not like Twitter. Twitter is nothing but a cesspit made for people to scream at each other.
True.
I do not like Twitter. I do not want to be on Twitter.
Duo.
Stipulation number 3. I am not turning on the comment section. I do not want to moderate the comment section. I do not have time to moderate.
Yeah.
He mentioned earlier saying it was perfect for people to it was perfectly okay for people to call him out when he does wrong, but he's not allowing people to comment. in the comment section.
Let's see. Are the comments on
it's
here?
It's open now, but it wasn't when he came back. So
I imagine he probably got called out for that or something. And
he
then
did, but he's turned them on when pretty much no one watched them.
Yeah, okay.
Moderate the comment section. I don't want to look for people to moderate the comment section. Rather than dealing with the comment section, I'd rather just have the videos uploaded and the people who want to watch them.
Why would you need to moderate the comment section?
I don't want to moderate a Discord server. I don't want to deal with the Twitter. I don't want to deal with the comment section. I'm going to upload content that hopefully you guys will like, and hopefully you'll watch it. So yeah, I feel like this year has been a good year after all the trouble went through, and I feel like I'm really energized and ready to do more content. I've never felt like this, and I'm just really glad to get back onto YouTube and do some more stuff on this channel. So, sorry for making you guys wait. Sorry for the whole Alex stuff. Sorry for all that wacky shit. I should have never taught this girl to shitpost.
I don't think you did.
I don't think you did.
Sorry for all the freakouts at the beginning of the year. Reinstating it again at the very end of the video. I'm not mad at Rogue Internet Man. I'm not mad at Marshall Nerd. I'm not mad at Udon. I'm not mad at any of the other people I can't remember. The criticism was valid. They had every right to call me out, just like I have every right to call out Chris, and have called out Chris, just like I've had every right to call out Richard Kuda. And
But he's not going to allow people to call him out in his own comment section.
Have called out Richard Kuda. I dished it out for years, and I can take it. I am not going to be in the corner crying about the cyberbullies and the haters. I don't read
Yet he
Kiwi
had
Farms.
his comment
I'm not
section
going to
off
read
for a
Kiwi
time.
Farms. And now since I'm out of the whole Discord sphere where everyone's always fucking telling you what's going on, I'm a lot less stressed. And now since all the stress is gone, I'm in a hell of a lot of better mood. So, major advice for everyone, don't deal with Discord. Don't deal with Twitter. That shit stresses you the fuck out. Have friends in real life that you can actually hang out with. Don't fucking have internet friends. That's my major advice to everyone here, if you have to have any major advice. So yeah, birthday's going good. Feeling good at 26. Hopefully you guys will still be here.
Wait. So I'm late on this. So he says don't have internet friends. He probably met his girlfriend over the internet.
He did.
He did. He 100%.
She was a fan of his content.
Bro, I thought Zengo was like a big hypocrite, but oh my, wow, wow, okay, man's not even following his own advice in his own video. I don't know what else to say. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
All right, let us continue.
Turn 27. Lava is the new co-host, technically co-owner of the
Not
entire
new,
channel.
she was there for the Frosty DP
has full
stuff.
login permission for the channel, and I still have her as the co-owner. So anything I make from this channel, she's going to be having it. Also, we're not reopening the Patreon. We're not reopening any of that shit. The only money I want to earn is the money from YouTube. Anything else I don't want to deal with. I'm not making false promises that I can't go on anymore. I'm not fucking dealing with any of that shit. Because you say you'll do it next week, then next week turns into a week after that, then the month after that. I just want to upload videos and entertain you guys. So, no more of that cringy shit, and if I go back to the cringy shit, make another video. That's all I gotta say. What was my outro for these? I forget the video outros. What did I used to say? If you like the video, like it. If you really like it, share it. If you want to see more and subscribe, is that it? I think that's it.
He's been bleeding subscribers since then. So.
Yep. So that didn't really work out for
you know how he said, "Oh, I left the internet and never wanted to return." Well, he created this channel here, which is the Shad here is one. Shad man. Oh no.
Oh no. Dun dun dun. Yeah, if you want a prime example of someone who is actually worse than Zengo, Shad man. Yeah, like Shad man is I can easily point to him.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, aside from that though, the main Shad here uses a voice changer to heavily alter his voice. However, his female co-host doesn't,
which is interesting.
And Shillin from earlier, he posted a comparison of the two. Remember, Lava, his co-host and girlfriend, started before he left internet with Frosty DT during the Frosty DT days. So let's just launch this and set it to regular speed. If it doesn't.
It's on regular speed.
Of insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy. What the fuck?
Dog tune.
You believe in magic in a young girl's heart. How the music can free you wherever it starts, and it's magic. If the music is groovy, it'll make you feel happy like an old-time movie. I'll tell you about the magic, it'll free your soul, but it's like trying to strain your bottle. Rock and roll. Do you believe in the magic? Don't bother to choose if it's rock band and music or the rhythm and blues. Just go and listen, and it'll start with a smile that won't walk off your face no matter how hard you try. Your fruits throb tapping and you can't seem to find.
How dare she not just be a sexy female Eminem? Terrible. Can't have girl boss. I was Alec the whole time.
Yes.
So it's very clear they're the same person. That's enough. We don't need to go further. But Delta, you're telling me those aren't the same two? That's not the same girl.
That's I'm not gonna try to argue with that. I think that might be the same girl.
Yep. So what is Dillin and girlfriend doing with this black Shad individual?
She's cheating on him. That's what's happening here.
No, it's just that Shad is Dillin.
Shad is Dillin, yes. So, could you imagine, though? Could you imagine if it was literally like the same thing that happened with the other dude?
That would be hilarious. So.
That would be funny, though.
But yeah, no,
okay,
that's
yeah.
it.
That is, that's everything.
Yeah, that's everything. What do you think, chat? What do you think of Dillin Thomas and his prospects for the future?
Yeah, do you perhaps think that Dillin Thomas has a bright future, or do you think that he is destined to just be in limbo, or perhaps do you think he'll get himself, scrambled up in some more drama? Who knows?
Yeah, no, it is insane, JoJo, and
yeah, it's pretty insane.
And though he's in limbo now, who knows?
Yeah, who knows what might happen? The future is certainly a fickle thing.
I mean, hell, he Googles his name all the time, so we might be his next Sperg war.
Yeah, very well. It could very well be that he starts trying to get at us. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? But in all seriousness, I'm obviously not afraid of Dillin Thomas. I mean, the first 5 episodes of the show we're dealing with Zango. And he actually is scary because, he wants to do things to children. He has your address and
threatened to kill you as well. So.
Well, yeah, that is very scary.
Yeah, and he's also a pedophile who wants to do things to children. So
yes,
but yeah, no, I don't think Dillin Thomas is even in the same league. So,
but yeah. Anyway, so I think that should be just about everything. I had fun this stream. Did you have fun this stream, Pineapple?
I had really fun this stream.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. You definitely were the one, you took the helms for the stream because you know way more about Dillin Thomas than I did. Of course, now I'm much more aware of him and what he does.
Yeah.
Or what he did, rather. But yeah, anything else you guys want to say before we end the stream?
Yeah, anything else? Yeah, good. Thanks for that, Jojo.
Thank you very much, Jojo. Appreciate it. Okay, looks like not a whole lot, but that's okay. That is totally fine. I'll just
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's it though. Yeah. We'll be here next week for whatever we decide is good for the next stream. But yeah, until then, I've been Pineapple.
And I've been Delta225.
Have a good night, everybody.